Coming to you from the dining room table at East Barbary Lane, welcome to a new episode of Full Circle, the podcast. A visit to our home where we squeeze a few headlines through our decidedly queer lens and see what happens. This episode is brought to you by Decanted Jug Wine, snow days, and frigid temperatures. It's currently 16 degrees here in New Jersey.
I am your host, Charles Tyson Jr.
And I am your host, Martha Madrigal. Welcome to the Full Circle table. Burr.
Yeah. Hi, baby.
Hi.
It's cold.
It's been, this is like Antarctica or something. Like the snow's not melting.
I mean, it's melting little
not
by
really,
little.
But not really. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this quite.
Really?
Where it stays so cold that it's not melted away after, what is this, 2 weeks?
That's true. I mean, I've seen it before because there was a lot of snow and it's piled up and it takes a lot longer for a big mound to melt than little.
Well, I know the mounds, but I'm talking about, the driveway hasn't even gotten a little wider. Nothing's melting quick.
Well, it's all mounds.
Yeah, it's crazy here.
It's not patches and mounds, just mounds.
The weather's been cold, restricting travel and stuff.
Yeah, except I still got to go to work.
You still got to go to work, yeah. It's true. But, hey.
I'm not going to know what to do with myself when I only have to wear one pair of pants.
Right. Yeah, it's been really stupidly cold.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
No.
I always say I descend from a tropical people. This is not my bag.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, it was 30 degrees or something the other day and it felt warm.
It really did. I went outside. I was
What?
like, ooh, it's warm out. And I looked to check the temperature thing and it was like 48, 52. It was 30.
Well, yeah, because we're under like a severe weather advisory. And, when I was looking at the low temperatures, it's going down once again to 7 degrees overnight.
Mm-hmm.
7 degrees.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. 7 degrees. Yeah. Yesterday we did drive around. We went and saw Kathy and it was 14 degrees the whole trip.
Yes.
Spur.
Not a huge fan.
No, me either. So it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Well, it's been officially 2 weeks since we last recorded.
I think so, yeah. We're recording here Sunday, February the 8th, in the year of someone's Lord, 2026.
Right.
Oh, God. So lots has happened.
Yeah. Has happened, is happening, gonna happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, we keep saying this is the design to just exhaust you with absurdity. Don't be distracted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Eyes on the prize and all that.
Mm-hmm. Keep asking for those files.
Yeah, the unedited ones. And we keep, and the stuff that I have learned, I wish I didn't know.
Right. The one thing I saw, and I did not look into this at all, and I think we will talk about a story, but Dr. Ching, who is a renowned gender-affirming surgeon in New York. I believe he works out of Mount Sinai. Mm-hmm. He is apparently named, right? There are some emails back and forth or whatever. And I've heard a couple of different things. Because I didn't read it myself, but Elizabeth and I were on the phone and she said, his name came up and immediately he said, well, yes, I knew him. I guess he had done some plastic surgery because that is how he started out for either him or others in his circle. I don't know. And, he was invited to Epstein's Island and he said,
right.
and I went there with my wife and children.
Right.
And he wasn't even there. Like at no time was I ordering up, underage sexual partners. Anyway, that's what he is saying. And, so Elizabeth was just saying, it's like, I wonder how many people, are peripherally mentioned. And I had seen something similar about JK that Shay had said, it's not what people are saying it is as much as we hate her. Like, let's not create news.
Well, right.
Because that's what they do.
Just because you're mentioned in the Epstein files only means that your name came up. It could just be, documentation of a conversation or an innocuous email. Like, basically, they're releasing everything.
Right. And this is, and then I saw, like, right after that, it did come up, on our weekly call, and we chatted a bit. And I just relayed what, Elizabeth had said to me. But then I saw someone posting on Facebook who should know better. If you were planning on going to Dr. Ting, just cancel that surgery and go here, here, or here. And it's like, based on what?
Right.
Based on, like, again, I need to read more of it. But the thing I'm talking about at the moment is just that immediate, if the name is there,
right,
it must mean, it all means the same thing.
Right. Everything doesn't hold the same weight.
Right. And these are lots and lots of documents. They all do not pertain to sex trafficking as far as I understand it, because it's like all correspondence, right?
Right.
Am I right about that?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah. So I'm sure at some point, I don't know, he emailed his plumber, but he wasn't hooking the plumber up with 13-year-olds.
Correct.
He reserved that for Donald Trump.
Well.
And others who we know that about.
It's because of all the extra nonsense going on that the plumber's attention was necessary, I'm sure.
Right. And again, I didn't read Ting's statement, but, the person who I certainly trust who did said, this all makes perfect sense. That unless there's proof otherwise, this is entirely plausible.
Right.
So I just don't want to see people, doing that.
Jumping to conclusions.
Yes, to say what, because he also solicited him for donations to his transgender practice and clinic and all of that.
Right.
So that's burning the profits of our oppressors, right?
One can hope.
Right. So, yeah, as these things come out, and hopefully they do.
Yeah, they're continuing to come out.
Because even though that they've passed the legal time when they were supposed to be released, so every delay is a problem.
Yeah.
And illegal. But, that we take it in its totality and but try not to comment on things we haven't read.
Right.
And I'm just saying, like, take a deep breath.
Right.
Because
the shit that actually is being said is bad enough.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not saying that a lot of it isn't salacious, but it is possible that all of it isn't.
Right.
So, and I don't know. I don't know any of these people personally. I just, Ching has been a pretty excellent surgeon for a long time, for the trans community, and to just try to eliminate him from the face of the map because his name was mentioned.
Right.
And to give him no credence at all.
Right.
Seems much.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a broad brush, and things are bad enough.
That part.
When we're looking at the truth, we don't need to embellish it, and we certainly don't need to create more.
Word up.
Where it's not there. Yeah, and there is something. It was something about JK's yacht, or somehow, it was also evidently, from again something I read in passing, something innocuous.
Right.
Like, I don't know, she lent him her $1 billion boat because his was in the shop. I don't know, something like that. But, it wasn't more than that kind of something.
Right.
So
just because she keeps shitty company doesn't mean that she's...
Yeah. She gives us plenty of reasons to hate her without having to manufacture any.
That part.
Don't have to manufacture a thing.
That part.
Yeah. We have had some notable deaths.
We have, Lord knows.
The first one at the end of January, Shirley Raines.
Yeah.
Was 58. She had a nonprofit called Beauty to the Streets, and she was well known for distributing food and, personal care supplies, etc., to the homeless community on Skid Row in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I showed you a video of her that I came across on social media where she had like containers, takeout containers of prepared food in bags with napkins and plasticware and everything all tied in together, and she would just stop in an area where there's a significant amount of unhoused people and let them know she was there, and they would come up to the car and she would like, give them some food and a kind word, and it was just a wonderful thing. Like at one point she was like, "I see you, you don't have to run. I'm not going nowhere." Like, it was just a beautiful thing, and that's what she dedicated her time to.
Right. And I remember, us kind of having that side conversation about is this exploiting people?
But it never felt like that to me.
It didn't when you kind of watched her interact with folks, and I do believe a lot of it was filmed, to increase both awareness and the humanity of these people, as well as to keep the money flowing.
Right.
To make this a bigger and broader effort. She was living in Las Vegas, I believe, and also active there. Really surprising to a lot of people. She had quite a story on her own. And, they would offer makeovers and stuff to women, unhoused women, to help to transform the way the public views the unhoused.
I used to watch those videos too. And they were beautiful because you'd see these women who, like, the time they spent on the street, like, it showed on their face in the way they carried themselves. And once they were able to see themselves on the outside, the way they remembered themselves on the inside, the energy just lifted. It was so beautiful. And, she was able to do that for people. And it's not something that a lot of people would do.
Yeah, it was a wellness check that found her. One of her daughters had been trying to get in touch with her all day and called in the wellness check. So, rest in power. There was one quote that I had wanted to read. One of the things I wanted to do was change the face of homelessness. And I thought I was going to do that through hair and all these things. She had told People magazine in 2020. But I soon understood we needed to change the narrative of what homeless means. Just because they're without a home does not mean they're without love. They are homeless, but a lot of them are not jobless.
Right.
A lot of them are not kidless, phoneless, or familyless. There are many levels of poverty, as there are many levels of wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she really did try to do some good work. It was shocking, to a lot of people to hear this because she was only 58.
I know.
Which is very young.
I know.
Just going to say. Especially from where I am.
For real, though.
Catherine O'Hara.
I know.
This one hit hard.
Yeah, this one hurt me.
Yeah, she was 71. This was another shock, again at the end of January. All we know, I think still all we know is there was some kind of a brief illness and she was taken to the hospital where she died. Known for Schitt's Creek and Beetlejuice, Home Alone.
Yeah.
At mockumentaries like Best in Show, where she also worked with Eugene Levy.
Yeah, she was one of Christopher Guest's consistent players.
Yeah, like her in-house. And it's funny because she did come from Second City TV, SCTV. Right? Yeah. She was Canadian. Born in Toronto in 1954. And the Second City Theatre Company. She had started as a waitress there in Toronto and, wound up a player. The theater's legendary talent includes Dan Aykroyd, Joe Flaherty, and Gilda Radner.
Yeah.
Who was a family friend. When she auditioned, Flaherty had some discouraging feedback. He said, "Keep up the good work. Your day job, waitressing." Wow. Yeah, she had told people. She didn't listen, and she landed a spot when she auditioned again. She joined the company in 1974. One of her stage mates at that point was comedian Eugene Levy, who would become one of her closest friends and collaborators.
I do think of them together in my head.
Oh, because they were,
Yeah.
in so many things together. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's, that hit hard for a lot of people.
She was another one of those people that whatever she was in, no matter how good it might have already been, was made better by her presence. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I think the first thing I actually remember her from is Beetlejuice.
Okay. I remember her first. Was that before Home Alone or after?
Before.
It was before. Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't let me gut this house, I am going to go crazy, and I'm going to take you with me.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, she was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
She always, like, every memory I have of her brings me joy. Everything she was in.
Yeah. Yeah. She was, she had quite a career. A lot of things that she was well known for. She played that's right. 88 was Beetlejuice. Delia Dietz, the stepmother of Winona Ryder's Lydia.
Right.
And she reprieved her role in 2024 sequel, Beetlejuice.
Which we still haven't seen.
We have not. Yeah. And then it was 1990 when she was cast in Home Alone.
Right.
As Macaulay Culkin's mom. Yeah, Kevin. Right. Yes.
Where she played the worst mother ever.
Yeah, well, kind of. And then she was also in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. The Nightmare Before Christmas, where she voiced Sally.
Which I don't even think I realized.
Yeah, how about that, right?
Because I don't have that special love in my heart for Nightmare Before Christmas that most people do.
Right. I hear you. I hear you. Gifted Queen. She was called the Gifted Queen of the Bittersweet.
That is accurate.
Yeah, it really is. And again, in Schitt's Creek, she was Moira Rose.
Which I didn't watch. Y'all watched it. I didn't watch it.
I watched some of it. I know I never finished it.
Right.
Because I want to say the first couple seasons kind of drag and then it really hits its stride.
Right. And you know how I feel about shows like that.
I know. But I don't think I did get past that first season, maybe.
Right.
So, maybe we'll revisit that.
I just remember walking into the room and listening to Moira Rose talking. I'm like, why does she talk like that? Mm-hmm. What accent is that supposed to be? And y'all were like, it don't matter.
Right. it was quite a character and cast,
Mm-hmm.
And who is Eugene Levy's son? David? Is it Levy?
Dan.
Dan
Mm-hmm.
Levy.
Yes.
Who played her son and happened to be gay and
Right.
Well,
that was the whole thing about that
but a
show, that it took place in a world where homophobia just didn't exist.
Yeah, nice.
Right. So, the premise of it, I found intriguing. I just didn't watch it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And the title, I still can't believe they were able to get that title on television.
Which one?
Schitt's Creek.
Oh, Schitt's Creek, yeah. SCHITT. I did love that. I thought that was very funny. That Schitt's Creek made it as a title.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, rest in power. Catherine O'Hara.
Indeed.
Gone at 71.
And then Demond Wilson.
Yes.
I was like, why are y'all taking my childhood?
Yeah, from Sanford and Son. He played Lamont Sanford.
A.K.A. Big Dummy.
Big Dummy, yes. He died at 79.
Yeah.
I believe he spent the latter half of his life, I had read, as a minister, correct?
Yes, but he also acted because I remember the last thing I saw him in, he played Lynn's biological father on Girlfriends.
Okay. He did have cancer, although I don't think they ever revealed the type, and died in his home in Palm Springs of complications related to cancer.
It's a shame.
Yeah, Sanford and Son.
He was another one that, he just always was a welcome presence in everything that he was in.
Mm-hmm. He really was. He really was.
And I related to Lamont on Sanford and Son, you know, the whole like wanting more for yourself no matter where you happen to be from.
Right.
You know.
Right. And his actual first name, which I thought was interesting, was Grady.
Yeah, Grady DeMond Wilson.
And there was the character, the friend of Fred Sanford, who was Grady.
Right.
So I wonder if that was,
because it's not that common of a name.
It really is not.
So
it really is not.
Like even then, I don't think.
No. Yeah, Sanford and Son, I did not realize was only on between 72 and 77.
Yeah.
So about 6 years, 6 seasons, I guess.
Part of that
5 seasons, maybe.
Was Red Fox didn't want to be typecast as an old man because he wasn't as old as he played.
No, he wasn't, was he? Mm-mm. He was not all that old.
And he was starting to like get put in that box.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I still got like hoes to fuck and cocaine to snort. I can't be
right. Right.
I'm not speaking out of turn by saying that either.
He was, yeah, and right. I remember who Wanda Page, right? LaWanda Page.
Yes.
What played his
Aunt Esther? His sister Esther. Wait,
no.
His
wife's
sister Esther.
Yeah,
right.
His dead wife, who was because he would. I'm coming. Elizabeth,
yes.
Yeah, so
Child, it's been a minute.
And apparently, and I don't remember when I heard this, but she was a filthy comedian as well. Yeah,
my God.
She worked dark blue.
Let me tell you that Midnight Blue. Because I discovered on Apple Music all these old school comedian sets. Mm-hmm. Like I discovered Dick Gregory and Red Fox and Bill and I came across LaWanda Page and I was like, okay. So when I was in college, I used to buy all these house tapes and there was this one like XXX house tape and there was a set of hers that was on there. And I was like, okay, that's nasty, but you know, I can handle that. It's kind of funny. And then I found an actual comedy album of hers. I couldn't listen to the whole thing. It was too much for me.
Really? That much? I
was like, God damn.
It offended your sensibilities.
Put the where and the what until you fall in the witch. And you're wiping it from what off your... Ooh, child, I can't. Mm-hmm. I might walk past a child or want to eat food later. I can't listen to this.
Right. Oh, that's funny. Because not many comedians worked filthy.
That was a filthy. I have never heard any comic more dirty than LaWanda Page.
I never knew that.
And that's saying some shit.
I never knew that. But yeah, I remember that. I think we talked about that when she died. That they, people were talking about those early days.
She also she was a talented burlesque performer too.
Okay. Well, they used to call those party albums, I think. Didn't they? The comedy albums that were...
Yeah, but that album would bring the party to a screeching fucking
usually,
halt.
Right. Risque, but not...
Right.
Yeah.
Because, like, Red Fox, that was a party album. LaWanda Page is what you, I guess, play to let people know it's time to go. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. I just always thought it was funny. The innuendo,
there was no innuendo.
No, that's what that's what I'm gathering. Yeah. Anyway, DeMond Wilson, gone at 79.
Yes. So that was part of the joke of like why his Aunt Esther was like this holy roller, because in real life
she was not.
Not even.
Not a bit.
I mean, there was rolling and there was holes, but it was not the same thing.
Yeah. Since we last sat down to record, there was another murder by ICE in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. This time it's a white man.
Saturday the 24th. Mm-hmm. Yes. A nurse, Alex Preddy. Mm-hmm. Again, there is video footage. He was trying to help another woman. Mm-hmm. He did have a holstered weapon.
Which he told them he had.
And which was legal. He had a permit to carry, open carry. And remember Good Guys with a Gun? Remember all that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
And I saw the video, and in the video, his hands were up and away from that weapon when they shot him.
They were not in danger. No, they were not. This was murder. This was homicide.
Execution.
Yes, as was the last one.
Yep.
Yeah, he was an ICU nurse, 37 years old. You know, so many lies came out of this administration directly after his death, you know, and it really is so Orwellian, having them basically say, what are you going to believe, your own eyes or us?
Exactly.
Because, and so many MAGA idiots and bots and whatever the hell I'm seeing on the internet, they will take any story and go with it, you know, and listen to these absurd justifications and twists and turns and then parrot them. And they just keep doing it. It's what they've been doing to trans people this whole time. And they've been doing it about that. And it's absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah.
What has been interesting in the wake of all this is this has put the gun lobby at odds with the White House. Because, you know, they tried to say, well, he had a weapon. As if having a weapon is a reason to be murdered in the street.
Right.
Yeah, that goes against everything you said you stood for.
Right. And interestingly enough, it didn't work the way they're used to it happening when the person that they've killed was black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
The actions of Trump's federal agencies have drawn fierce criticism, even from former presidents who traditionally do not speak when they're out of office about current policy. But Barack Obama and Bill Clinton have both been loud, and so has George Bush at times.
Yeah.
But America's powerful pro-gun lobby, the NRA, yeah. I never thought that I would agree with them about anything, but at least they're consistent. And a lot of people say, where's the NRA?
Right.
You know, you've got a sitting president basically who's saying he wants to take your guns. You always said it would be a Democrat. It's not, is it? No, it's this dude y'all worship. But the worship is changing. And, you know, we've got a couple stories that kind of show that, because the way that elections are going, et cetera, more and more people have had it with all this nonsense.
And then the other people are really like doing yoga twists and turns to get themselves behind him at this point and still be supportive and say supportive things. It's insane.
Since his killing, a lot of attention has focused on his gun. Carrying a handgun, whether openly or holstered, is legal in Minnesota, and Preddy had a license for his gun. So he was perfectly within his rights to be carrying it.
Yep.
Yeah, they never pictured liberals carrying guns, but some of us do.
Right, just like Keith Porter.
And there is nothing to suggest from the footage that he attempted to draw it or use it while being tackled by ICE agents.
Yeah, he was letting them know that he had it so that they wouldn't be surprised.
Thugs.
Right. And also so that, you know, no one could say, well, they planted it on him. No, it's mine. I have it.
Yeah. In the United States, the right to keep and bear arms is the Second Amendment of our Constitution. It's a pretty big deal to a lot of people, especially, we thought, conservatives, right? So when various figures in the Trump regime suggested that the agents had been justified in shooting Preddy because he was carrying a holstered weapon, that they provoked outrage from gun rights activists. Many of those people are usually on the same page as the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not right now. First was FBI Director Kash Patel. Who told Fox News, you cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want. Dead wrong, replied the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus and the group Gun Owners of America. You're legally entitled to bring a gun to a protest.
Tell that to Kyle Rittenhouse.
I know. And, you know, their hypocrisy is just on full display. The more of these things that happen. You know, do we all remember them celebrating Kyle Rittenhouse?
They still are.
Yeah. And that was totally illegal. Cross state lines with it. All of that was not okay.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, they called him a hero.
Yeah, they still do. He's a motherfucking hero.
Mm-hmm. What he was a racist white boy.
Yeah, that. Another one.
Yeah, yet another. A Trump-appointed district attorney waded in, arguing if you approach law enforcement with a gun, there is a high likelihood they will be legally justified in shooting you. What?
Right.
This did draw rebuke from the NRA. This sentiment is dangerous and wrong. Responsible public voices should be awaiting a full investigation, not making generalizations and demonizing law-abiding citizens. Yeah, there's abundant video evidence that Preddy was not handling his gun irresponsibly. He was not waving it around.
Right.
He wasn't threatening anyone.
Nope.
In fact, he wasn't even touching it.
Nope.
He didn't approach the federal agents. They appeared to pile on him.
Yep.
And he was disarmed of his holstered weapon by one of them before
That was the other thing.
he was killed.
He had his hands away from his weapon the entire time. They took it off of him and then shot him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Execution style.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that tyrannical government that guns were supposed to protect us from?
Uh-huh.
I don't... Y'all are part of it. That's the problem. You've aligned yourselves with said tyrannical government. So what a conundrum it must be for you.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope y'all sort that out. It's been an interesting conversation. We've got more about the Minnesota situation, the shakeup, etc. What I have seen come out of this is just community.
Oh, yeah.
You know, citizens, everyday citizens, banding together, you know, going to the grocery store for one another or taking children to and from school for those who are afraid of the ICE occupation and afraid of being picked up in the streets. So we've seen citizens really, you know, band together and build community. And again, I always say let's look at the responses to the ugly.
And community is frequently and often formed in times of strife.
It is. It's true.
And if not formed, then strengthened.
Yeah. Community like art is often formed in times of strife. Let's take a quick break and come back with some good news because we've got quite a bit of it.
Okay.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
We're back.
Good news. Let's talk about good news. I'll let you start.
So this year marks the 100th anniversary of basically the celebration of Black history.
Okay.
In 1926, Carter G. Woodson, also known as the father of Black history, founded Negro History Week.
Okay.
In February. And I think that is amazing because Black history, of course, is 24/7, 365. But the idea of celebrating the achievements of Black people in America and worldwide is, you know, being 100 years old. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not new and important. More important now than ever. This was an Out in New Jersey article from February 7th, New Jersey, yesterday, right? New Jersey's illustrious history of Black LGBTQ icons.
I know. I saw this. I was like, oh, word?
I knew Marsha P. Johnson, I believe, was born in like Patterson or something, or Elizabeth, somewhere up there. But who else do we have here?
Okay, so there's Gladys Bentley, gifted pianist and blues singer who was among the most notorious and successful African-American lesbians of the Harlem Renaissance.
Oh, yeah.
She briefly lived in Jersey, married her white girlfriend in a civil ceremony in Atlantic City. Ooh, she did not give a fuck in 1931.
Yeah. Yep, 1931 in Atlantic City. How about that?
At a time when anti-miscegenation laws were the law of the land.
Oh, yeah.
And same-sex marriage would not be federally recognized until 2015. So, yeah, they didn't give a fuck. Between McCarthyism and the black church, she came under fire. Purportedly, the black church basically forced her to conform and to embrace her respectability. She was reported to have taken female hormones to cure her lesbianism. She published an article in Ebony magazine declaring, "I am a woman again," shortly after she married a man 16 years her junior.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I mean,
what the fuck?
I mean, that's the shit that happened.
Yeah. Okay, then. So it was just a hormone thing.
Right. Before James Baldwin, there was Richard Bruce Nugent, known simply as Bruce, who was a writer and a painter who stood in stark defiance of black bourgeois respectability politics and the ideology of racial uplift.
Okay.
Unapologetically out and proudly gay, Nugent's brashness challenged norms in both mainstream American society and within black communities. I love it.
Okay.
He produced some of the earliest American literature to depict homosexuality, bisexuality, and interracial desire in affirming ways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! His 1926 short story, Smoke, Lilies, and Jade, predates Baldwin's 1956 Giovanni's Room by 3 decades. Smoke, Lilies, and Jade, that is a foundational queer black piece. And renowned Philadelphia choreographer Zane Booker had a very popular black and queer focused dance and art showcase in Philly called Smoke, Lilies, and Jade, which is where I first heard the title.
Right.
And then I found out I found out about the literary work. And now I see how that all ties in.
How about that?
Yeah.
He spent his final years in Hoboken. So that is his tie to New Jersey, apparently. And then the other person mentioned in the article, Whitney Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody knew Whitney Houston was queer. Everybody knew. Everybody that knew her knew.
Right.
I mean, it was an open secret, but...
Yeah. But she wasn't allowed to be herself?
Right. That is correct. She was posthumously outed in the memoir, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, by Robin Crawford. And Robin was famously, the family basically sent her away.
Yeah.
They should have just let her hang out because Whitney was way better off. But it was, they killed the goose.
Yeah, they did. A popular opinion, especially popular on this show, if they would have allowed her to be herself, she would probably still be alive.
Yep.
But no.
Yeah, now Bobby Brown did write about Houston's lesbianism as an open secret. He told Us Weekly, "I really feel that if Robin was accepted into Whitney's life, Whitney would still be alive today." And that's Bobby Brown,
Right?
saying that, and I it's true,
Right?
I've heard a lot of people say that, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
That if they would have just let them be, because she was happy,
Right?
but no. Yeah. We have so many stories. Anyway, let's keep going because there's so much here. I did, just as a follow-up to the story about Renee Good, who was also murdered in Minneapolis, the Hennepin County medical examiner classified her death as a homicide. I thought it was important to note that.
Yes.
So,
I mean, duh, but it's official.
But it's official. And I believe I just heard his was listed that way as well.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah. What else we got? Amy Klobuchar is launching a bid for Minnesota as Minnesota governor. She is an ally, so that's not a bad thing.
Right, I'll take that.
She said, "I love my job in the Senate, but I love our state more than any job." She announced that because Tim Walz recently said he would not seek a third term.
Right.
I guess he could, right?
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like, but he said he will not be doing that. So she is running, and I could see that, actually.
Yeah. She has a shot.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So, that's some good news. Anyway, here's Water's Wet. This was listed in them. February 2nd, a federal court ruled that requiring the use of trans students' pronouns does not violate the First Amendment.
Duh.
Well, a Christian substitute teacher first sued the school for having to use a trans student's pronouns in 2024. This is a Maryland school district. And they can still now require staff to use trans students' personal pronouns, according to a federal appeals court ruling. And so the claim from the Christian person on First Amendment grounds was denied. Yeah. On January 28th, a 3-member panel of the Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals affirmed a previous district court decision against Kimberly Polk, who first sued Montgomery County Public Schools in 2024. I am sure she had applied for a religious exemption from this policy. And good. It was later withdrawn. Apparently it was going to be good, later withdrawn as it should have been by the compliance coordinator. She asked for an injunction so that she could continue to teach, and they denied that. She appealed to the Fourth Circuit. That was denied. It was a 2-1 decision.
Everywhere she went, she was rejected.
Right, but you know this is probably one that they want to take to the Supreme Court because they expect a different result there. So, Judge Robert B. King, who was a Clinton appointee, wrote for the majority, Polk's free speech claim fails before she can break out of the gate. Good. Yeah, there was a dissent. Fuck him. And of course, they may appeal. Because, culture wars. Anyway.
Right.
Water's wet. She lost. So at least in some instances, the courts are holding. The Texas A&M senior lecturer, who was fired for acknowledging that trans people exist,
Oh, yeah.
is fighting back. She has filed a lawsuit accusing the chief of staff of Greg Abbott of pressuring the university's now resigned president, Mark A. Welsh III, to fire her. It also accused A&M supervisors of telling University Provost Alan Sams not to give her a required disciplinary hearing before her termination. So there were several missteps. She said there's no satisfaction in doing this, only sadness. I hear that.
Right. The fact that you have to do it at all.
Yeah, I had hoped to keep doing this work for many years to come. Despite how I was treated, I still love the institution, my former colleagues, and the students of A&M. So, yeah. She says that she was fired even though she did not violate any law or university policy.
Right.
She was terminated for exercising her academic freedom guaranteed under the First Amendment. That is what her lawsuit states. She seeks reinstatement to her position, punitive damages, back pay, and other restitution. Good. Good. She is a member of the American Association of University Professors and the American Federation of Teachers, who are also covering her legal fees. Quote, Dr. McCool's firing was the canary in the coal mine for Texas A&M University. This is Brian Evans, president of the AAUP Texas Conference. They had a chance to stand up to the politicians seeking to meddle in Texas universities, and instead, they caved. Yup.
Shocker.
Yup. And yeah, there was a student who recorded her and told her a Christian conservative student secretly recorded a class conversation where the student told her it was not legal to teach about gender ideology because according to our president, there's only 2 genders. And McCool was actually teaching a course on children's literature that included mention of trans individuals. She told the student that if they were uncomfortable, they had the right to leave and to discuss their complaint with the department head. The student then recorded their subsequent conversation with Welsh, in which the student demanded that McCall be fired. Welsh refused and explained that the university's courses include LGBTQ plus content to train future educators and counselors who may work with individuals different from themselves. That was right. Yeah, and then it all went to hell.
The thing that just jumped into my head, and this is a question that I have asked many times, but I'm asking it again. Do stupid people know they're stupid?
I don't think so.
That whole ignorance is bliss thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Because goddamn.
Right. Yeah. Last November, the University Systems Board of Regents unanimously approved a new policy requiring the presidents of each of its 12 statewide campuses to sign off on any course that could be seen as advocating for race and gender ideology or topics related to sexual orientation or gender identity. What the actual fuck?
That word ideology just cracks me up.
I know.
Y'all don't even know what that means.
Yeah. I know. I think that they're afraid that people will, they're not creating enough bullies, I guess.
Right.
If there's the chance that they may learn information. It's incredible.
Empathy bad.
Empathy bad. Diversity bad.
Like, my God.
Women bad.
Right.
Trans people bad. Yeah. Everything that isn't them. Craziness.
Like they're so goddamn great.
Yeah. England's official LGBTQ fans group will not attend the FIFA
Oh, yeah.
World Cup games in unsafe USA.
Yep.
Huh. This was published January 18th. So this is actually published the last time we recorded. Three Lions Pride.
Do you know how bad things have to be for queer folks to not want to go look at soccer players? I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a 350 member group. The official supporters group of the England football team announced that they would not have a visible presence at the 2026 World Cup in the United States, citing serious concern over fan safety, human rights, and the approach to ticketing and accessibility. Whew.
Yeah. Until y'all fix this shit, and I'm doing a general sweeping gesture, we will not be attending. I imagine that's a chunk of revenue.
Do you blame them?
Hell no.
I mean, do you remember when the first time this bullshit came about, it was in North Carolina about, trans folk and bathrooms.
Right.
And it was a disaster. And they realized quickly it was a disaster and they were going to lose revenue and they were going to lose conferences and everything else. And a lot of corporations hammered them for it at that time. And that is happening.
Right.
By the way, it still is happening. Like a lot less is going on in Florida these days because of these rules.
Mm-hmm.
When your employees can't go to a conference because, you're going to arrest them when they have to pee.
Right.
It's not a welcoming state for, tourism, business. Right. Exactly. So yeah, that was what happened with sane things. So this is not a surprise at all because there seems to be sanity outside this country. Yeah, I can't blame them, right?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying something. That, yeah. So.
Especially considering, they're not going to put this in the brochure, but, there's a whole lot of people who go to soccer games and rugby games just to look at the players. Couldn't tell you shit about the game. They're not going to go.
No. No.
I've been saying it. If every queer person were to remove themselves from so much of mainstream society, it's en masse, and you realize exactly how many people that is, y'all might pay attention. But
this was just kind of fun, and I wanted to mention it. Chris Madel was the Republican trial lawyer running for governor in Minnesota, and he dropped out of the race.
Yep.
Citing the violence. He said, the federal immigration agents' actions in the state are unconstitutional. They've gone too far. And he said he could no longer be a part of a party that excuses them.
Right.
Good for him.
I ain't getting involved with that.
Thank you. Yeah, because this, again, so much of this is this is well beyond parties, folks. This is really about, morality, decency.
Yeah.
it way, way past political parties. But yeah, he ended his campaign. Did not, he had just launched his bid in December.
I guess it's hard to like be governor and be out in the streets protesting ICE at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His decision came after Trump's immigration goons, I'm reading from the Daily Kos, shot and killed a second American citizen who had been filming ICE's violent and unconstitutional tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that was interesting.
Right.
Good. I don't know how you can be a Republican and be a person of any kind of conscience at all.
Well,
Like, you know, I just they've been stripping themselves for quite some time of decency, you know, because they're left with the dregs of the religious right.
Right.
And all of the insanity that entails.
And it's a lot.
And that's basically who's running this party at this point. So, Oof. So I do want to point out that, and this was also in January, the Democrats successfully stripped all anti-trans riders from the final appropriations bills. The HHS and education bills once contained the most sweeping anti-trans provisions in congressional history, and now they contain none. So
Good.
That was impressive that they got it all taken out of there. Yeah, that was great. I wanted to just mention that happened.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because it was starting to look really ridiculous. For the moment, we can breathe. For the moment. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't mean that we're not still targets. But at least in terms of everything, all the bullshit that they put into appropriations, that's gone.
Right.
And it shouldn't be there in the first place. It's got nothing to do with appropriations. So, you know, that's a win. I'll take it. I thought that was good news.
Indeed.
I also wanted to point out, I love to quote Fox News polls. I really do.
Okay.
I do. There was a Fox News poll done that tells us Americans prefer Democrats on transgender issues by 22 points.
Okay.
Yeah, virtually every subgroup surveyed, from mothers to black voters to even rural white voters, expressed greater confidence in the Democratic Party's handling of transgender issues in their latest poll. This was January 30th, I'm reading from.
Because Democrats go by facts and shit.
Yeah, anti-transgender politics appears to be losing steam with American voters. That trend was already visible in November when multiple candidates who centered their campaigns on anti-trans messaging were soundly defeated, despite spending enormous sums on attack ads. Now there is fresh evidence from an unlikely source where voters say Democrats have a better approach to transgender issues by a wide margin. This years-long anti-trans panic may finally be wearing thin among voters. It has been.
Right.
This is not voters wanting this shit. I mean, I realize that, you know, some of them do get all lathered up, but by and large, it's not the public that's doing this. It's the pedophiles in the Republican Party that have been doing this.
Right.
And they're, you know, buddies.
If we can just get folks to act right when they actually vote.
Right.
Now.
The children's genital fetishists of the GOP. You know, that's been the problem. And, you know, it is like becoming a not just not a winning strategy. It's becoming a losing strategy.
Well.
So, yeah. But what do they have? If they're not, you know, what else are they going to focus on? Actually governing? That'll never happen.
They don't know how to do that anymore.
They don't know how to do. Well, they never really did. I mean, you know, small government, drown it in a bathtub. We haven't had much governing out of the Republican Party since the 80s. Anyway.
What was that line in Hamilton? They don't have a plan. They just don't like mine.
Exactly. And they still don't.
Right.
You know, and their bullshit is wearing thin. But, you know, I thought that the results were really interesting. I would like you to post this in the notes. It's from Aaron Reed, Aaron in the Morning, because it's fun. It's fun to look at.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it when they're the ones who do the polls. And yeah.
Well.
Oh, more water is wet, by the way. This has just been coming out over the last few days. New research shows trans women have no athletic advantage over cisgender women.
Oh, wow. Really?
A landmark scientific review published this week, or last week, I guess, has delivered one of the clearest messages yet in the global debate over trans inclusion in sports. Trans women do not demonstrate athletic advantages over cisgender women after undergoing gender-affirming hormone therapy. The findings, drawn from an extensive analysis of existing research, directly challenge widely repeated claims, lies, used to justify bans on trans athletes. And most of the time, there aren't any trans athletes to ban. Or there's one or two, maybe. The study was read by researchers at the University of Sao Paulo, and it was reviewed more than 50 studies encompassing data from 6,485 individuals, including nearly 3,000 trans women. This large-scale review examined a range of metrics, including body composition, strength measures, and cardiovascular fitness before and after hormone treatment. Researchers found that while transgender women may retain differences in lean body mass compared with cisgender women, these differences do not translate into superior athletic performance.
Damn it.
Instead, physical fitness indicators such as upper and lower body strength and maximal oxygen consumption converge closely with those of cisgender women within 1 to 3 years of hormone therapy.
Yup.
These findings counter the long-standing assumption that trans women inherently outperform cis women in sports contexts. I'm sorry, I disagree that that's a long-standing assumption. I disagree. Because, we had things in place. This was not some hotly debated topic until Republicans made it one.
This is true.
Nobody was talking about it. When Leah Thomas was swimming, the rules were already there for her to follow.
And she was following them.
Yeah, exactly. But, losers gotta make... Anyway.
Losers gotta make losing their entire personality.
I disagree with that particular sentence here, but evidence also demonstrates that functional performance, the type of performance that determines athletic competitiveness, is comparable across groups despite differences in raw muscle mass or body fat distribution. Trans women show no significant differences in upper body strength, lower body strength, or aerobic capacity when compared with cisgender women following sustained hormone therapy. This holds true even in studies involving thousands of participants, adding weight to the conclusion that physiological changes induced by gender-affirming care effectively level the playing field. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know, we've been saying, and importantly, this new review challenges policy approaches that rely on claims of enduring male puberty advantage. While some anatomical traits, such as height or skeletal dimensions, do not change with hormone therapy, the researchers note that the current evidence does not support the idea that these traits provide meaningful or measurable sports-related benefits for trans women after their physiology has shifted in response to treatment. I can tell you, I can't open jars like I can't lift half the shit I used to be able to. And I don't know a girl who can. Just magically. Like, we notice the difference. We can tell you a lot of shit changes. Of course it changes.
And I'm not going to pretend I don't get a little joy out of it sometimes. Like, sure, I'll do that for you, wife of mine.
Which I love, because otherwise, what the fuck would I be doing? I would be, I don't know, breaking open jars. Like, what the fuck? I'm going to throw them on the floor and then hope I don't get... But, yeah, I mean...
I'll get that for you, little lady.
We have known... We've known this stuff. And, you know, I do keep saying one of the upsides to these unintended consequences, to these blithering idiots.
Yeah.
Blathering idiots? Either, right?
Both are acceptable.
Good. Is that we are seeing more studies. We are seeing people trying to prove these things, and they're disproving them because they were never true in the first place. You know, so start getting cozy with the fact that you've been lied to.
Right.
We're not the ones lying.
Correct.
About us or our health care or no, we're not the ones telling you the lies. We are not. Our agenda is to survive.
Right.
That's our agenda.
Yeah.
Not to fuck with anybody.
Sidebar, what would you do if I actually referred to you as little lady?
Don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's condescending as fuck.
well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's condescending as fuck.
That's what I was like. I was joking. I was like, "Ooh, what would I?" If
It's
she,
bad enough when I feel like I'm being referred to as little lady,
Right.
and the words are unspoken. I don't need them said.
I mean, I never would. I was just curious because, like, that's not a thing that's ever come up in our house. So I was curious.
No, but we've had that argument once or twice where I'm like, when did I lose brain cells? When did my IQ didn't go down?
Right.
You know, and it is a topic of conversation sometimes. In fact, there's a TED talk about it, a trans woman talking about I was not prepared for the lowering of my IQ.
Right.
I was not prepared for you know, men to look right past me.
Right.
And yeah, it's always fun. And the women who do it too. Because the misogyny is not
Oh yeah.
the exclusive purview of men by any stretch.
Orange juice is not just for breakfast anymore.
Exactly. There are plenty of women
Misogyny is not just for the men folk.
Yeah, my former supervisor is one of them. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sorry you hate women. Ooh. But yeah, fun. Yeah, so water is wet. Trans women, you know, again, I don't want to play your sports. I have never wanted to play your sports. You can all go fuck yourselves. But some girls do.
Right,
And,
exactly.
you know, and again, like, that was the whole point to Leah Thomas. And we went so far beyond the facts with all of that. And then you've got institutions capitulating to this garbage, not to the science, not to the truth. Yeah, I mean, Penn amended their policy, and fuck them, you know, based on hysterical jackasses like Riley Gaines. You know? Like, just ew. We're going to take another break, and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
And we're back.
We're back.
It's time.
Yay.
For our favorite segment. Well, good news can be my favorite segment, but this one's still delicious. It's never going to stop being so.
No.
No. And chickens are roosting like nobody's business. It's time for...
People taking pleasure in your pain.
Yay.
So, morale is plummeting among ICE agents over long hours, quotas, and public hatred, according to a new report.
You don't get to be a sad Nazi.
Know what else I heard?
What?
A lot of them were promised a $50,000 bonus.
Oh, yeah, the signing bonus?
Uh-huh.
Oh, and they didn't get it?
Or they're not getting all of it, or they're still waiting for it. Imagine that, working for Donald Trump and not getting paid.
I was just getting ready to say, are you trying to tell me that Donald Trump reneged on a financial agreement that he said he would honor?
Many have grown disillusioned with leadership's tactics, according to reports. That's so sad.
Yeah, fuck them.
Morale is plummeting among federal law enforcement officers tasked with carrying out the Trump administration's aggressive anti-immigration operation as they complained that long hours, ambitious arrest quotas, and hatred from the public. He let them out of jail. These are the insurrectionists. You know, like they're a chunk of this. The people that think this way. These morons. These fucking bullies. Aw.
Yeah.
What, you thought we were going to celebrate you for this ugly shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You don't get
You
to be...
are delusional.
You don't get to be the sad Gestapo.
I know. While they said that they supported the administration's goals, many of them have grown disillusioned with the tactics being implemented by leadership. More than 20 current and former immigration officials told the New York Times of their discontent in the hours following the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy. It was the second deadly shooting of a U.S. citizen carried out by a federal agent in, 2-3 weeks time? Yeah. A former immigration officer and special agent told the Times,
Oh, yeah.
You're not addressing the problem by throwing a 500-pound gorilla into these inner cities. They're causing chaos, and unfortunately, it's costing lives.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. It's completely unfair to the agents, is it, who have been put in this position. There's only so much they can handle before bad things start to happen.
So,
Okay, they're untrained.
right. There's only so much they can handle in the situation that they create before bad things start to happen as a result of their own actions.
Yeah.
What's a sad circle jerk called?
A sad circle jerk. I don't know. What would we call that?
The old tug and sob. I don't know.
Fucking sob. I was thinking a wilted daisy chain.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that all there is?
Fuck them.
Yeah. Border Patrol agents have been assisting ICE with raids and deployed to support amid the protests. Gregory Bavino, who we'll get to, previously described the agency's tactics of arresting individuals rapidly before protesters can move in as turn and burn. He oversaw operations in Chicago, where agents deployed tear gas in neighborhoods and hit protesters with pepper balls. These tactics were far outside standard practices in law enforcement.
Right.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah. Morale is in the dumpster.
Where the rest of them belong.
It's almost like it's not fun to be a Nazi. It's almost like did you really think people were going to be happy with the work you're doing?
Right.
Did you really? Like, you really thought everybody was going to call you a hero? See, this is, I guess, the problem with echo chambers. I guess if the people left willing to even speak with you because of your ridiculous politics are few and far between, you think everyone's going to praise you because many of you belong in jail. It's just because your criminal in chief decided to stop calling you criminals.
It's like,
disgusting, really.
I spent 13 years in Catholic school, and I was a goth for a while, so I read a lot of Catholic themed literature and artwork, and I will say I've never come across a depiction of Satan's minions when they were smiling. So it just
Senior Trump officials were quick to blame the victim, Preddy, for the violence, painting him as an individual who wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement before an investigation had even taken place. And Christie Noem, that waste of flesh, faced many calls to resign after she claimed that he brandished a weapon before an officer fired defensive shots.
It's coming straight for us.
Yeah, there's video, honey. Yeah. Yeah, it's a disgusting job. It really is.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but, when you are terrorizing American citizens, I think you need to rethink your life. Is that really what you got into this for? Mm-hmm. Is it? Because, you will have to answer for this shit. Probably.
Right. And if you're not even getting the 30 pieces of silver you were promised,
I know.
then you're selling your soul for nothing.
I know. Imagine that. Morale is low. What did you fucking expect? Mm-hmm. What did you think would happen?
My kids won't hug me. My wife won't fuck me. My dog shat on my shoe. My pillow ain't soft no more.
Right. I mean, kids are outing their parents as ICE agents. Mm-hmm. I love it. Mm-hmm. On social media.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that make you think? Apparently not. Once you're gone, you're just gone, I guess.
Right.
We just saw a former friend who has lost his ever-loving mind posting, celebrating.
Mm-hmm. His daughter happened to post
daughter shared it and said, be sure to picket protest against the radio stations.
Yep. Yep. That's how you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it and I thought, poor her. Because that was a lovely family. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are. The kids still are. The kids have not lost their minds.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Their mother, has not lost her mind. But, whew, boy, has he. Mm-hmm. Mm. And so, as I sit here asking these rhetorical questions, I guess, I don't know. But they're sad.
Yeah.
And I think they should be. Mm-hmm. So, that's why I put it here.
Ciao.
So, this was just fun. And I loved the headline because we know, Gregory Bavino, the jackass who was in charge until 2 people were murdered.
Oh, right.
And he got pulled out. And Tom, what's-his-face, is now running things. Anyway, the headline in the Daily Beast reads, Border Goon kicked out of Las Vegas bar to maintain safety.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's developing a habit of getting kicked out of places where he's worn out his welcome. Just days after Gregory Bavino, the CBP's commander-at-large, was pulled out of Minnesota by Trump after overseeing a violent street immigration sweep that last month led to the fatal shootings of 2 Americans. He was kicked out of a Las Vegas bar to keep its patrons safe. The bar is called The Bottled Blonde in Vegas. And they told the Daily Beast that staff asked him to leave the sports bar where he had been photographed drinking red wine with some young boys. Mm-hmm. A group of male acolytes is what it says. And they escorted him off the premises to protect those inside.
Yep.
I love that.
We don't cater to your kind here.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been stripped of his role in Minneapolis, and I guess he thought he was going to go have a good time in Vegas, but they went, get out. Bottled Blonde does not engage in political activity or affiliations. As a private business, Bottled Blonde reserves the right to refuse service to any patron at its discretion, the venue said in a statement. Upon becoming aware of the individual's presence, the patron was asked to leave the premises and was escorted out by staff in accordance with venue policy to maintain a safe and orderly environment for all patrons. Ha!
After a full week of stripping people from their homes and breaking up families and murdering innocent civilians, you just want to kick your feet up and have a good time. And they said, no, not here.
Mm-hmm. The White House sent him back to his old El Centro sector in California and cut him off from his beloved official government X account sending in border czar Tom Homan in his place to restore calm to the city is what it says.
Ugh.
And then he was filmed laughing with a group of younger men.
If you have that job and you have the capacity for laughter,
I think this is hilarious. I hope that keeps happening.
oh hell yeah, you know
Every
it will.
time he's like, I do. I hope it keeps happening.
Mm-hmm. Booze and
Yeah, it's so richly deserved.
throwing
and
of fruit.
y'all are the ones who argued for being able to, deny service. That's your thing, remember? Yeah. With them cakes and all. Y'all did that. Y'all
Cakes
said
and
y'all
websites
argued
and-
for this.
Yeah.
How does it taste? little better? Good. Good. So that was fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I did enjoy that actually.
There's so much here.
Yeah.
The Kennedy Center artistic director, Kevin Couch, quit less than 2 weeks after his hiring was announced. And right after that, we were told the Kennedy Center will close for 2 years for renovations in July.
Uh-huh.
Because nobody wants to perform there.
Right, because, when you have a bustling and booming arts venue and organization, you can just close for 2 years for renovations. It's not a problem. It's the whole thing. Just close.
Well,
It happens all the time. Never happens. That's not a thing.
it's funny. It's funny because everyone has pulled out.
Nobody wants to fucking come to your fucking Nazi dance party.
He announced that days after the premiere of Melania, the documentary they showed at the Kennedy Center.
That 2s of 6s of people came to.
I've seen, yeah. Yeah. This one was also fun. Target has dropped off Fortune's most admired companies list after 24 years as an all-star.
Wow.
Because
Because you refuse to just do the right thing.
this is from the Business Journal. Yeah, they were on that list for Fortune's most admired companies. Target was on that list for 24 years. Not this year. They have fallen off the list for the first time since 2002.
Good job, black people.
Right? Right.
I mean, there ain't much else to say.
No, they were on that list and now they're not, and we know why. Mm-hmm. And haha.
Haha, indeed.
Let's see. Speaking of Melania, the documentary, it's officially on course for box office Armageddon.
Yeah. I love how they tried to say that it was standing room only in theaters.
Was that a theater without seats?
Well, first of all, so there's no such thing as standing room only because it's not a concert venue.
Right.
Each ticket corresponds with a seat. And once there are no more seats, they stop selling tickets.
Yeah.
So that's a lie. And also,
Unless they just kept selling tickets and people were standing in the back because they had to see it at that particular.
or they count the people that were leaving.
Maybe.
That's what it actually was.
Maybe. And, who's buying the tickets? We don't know.
Yeah, just because your mama hit click 25 times doesn't mean.
Exactly. We don't know. Let's see.
As many times as I've signed up for a block of seats at Trump rallies just for the intention of nobody being in those seats, you can't tell me.
It was expected to bring in roughly $5 million during its opening weekend. The figure pales in comparison to others' openings. Send Help, which we will talk about, which we went to see, was projected to rake in 14 to 17 million, with an additional 10 to 12 million internationally for opening weekend.
Where's it even playing?
I don't know. Amazon, of course, financed the movie Melania, which cost about $40 million.
And this is what I'm saying. And they're boasting 5 million, 10 million.
I know. It's so funny. It's just funny.
It's a flop, boo-boo.
Yeah. No one cares. Like, yeah, who cares?
I don't really care. Do you?
Some shows. No. Right, exactly. I don't really care. I love that. Yeah, remember that jacket?
I do.
Some showtimes in conservative strongholds appear to be filling up, but ticket sales elsewhere tell a different story. Entire rows were untouched with no seats sold for the 7 p.m. showing as a Wednesday of opening day. So yeah, that's how I would think it did perform. It opened in more than 1,500 theaters. Screenshots of sparsely populated seating charts have already begun circulating online. Yeah, it's been a joke, basically.
I hope it gets a Razzie.
As it should have
Right.
been a joke. It's a joke. Yeah. So there's that.
Rumors are that at screenings of Melania, it was really just becoming. Because remember how she was supposed to plagiarize.
I know. She plagiarized her, but yeah. If you had actually shown it was really just becoming. She was just showing that movie.
I mean, the tears when she talked about, coming from being a black woman on the south side of Chicago.
Right.
I couldn't. It was so touching to me.
Yeah, I know. Hilarious. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is not real life.
One more item.
Okay. So, the Detroit Poet Laureate, Jessica Care Moore, took it upon herself to put pen to paper in honor of Nicki Minaj's appearance with Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
It was Nicki Minaj appeared at an event where Trump was unveiling his gold card, his fast tracking to citizenship, where if you spend $1 million, they give you a gold card and you have immediate citizenship.
How disgusting.
Yeah.
Selling citizenship.
That part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she was there front and center with her badly cared for edges on display, being his token negress, and talking about how much she loves him and she's going to stand up for him, and just setting us back 58 years. Anyway, Jessica Care Moore wrote a poem, and it goes a little something like this. On a stage holding this dictator's hand and smiling when nothing is funny about whatever you sacrificed, gave up, swallowed, your dignity evaporating with every forced smile. What a waste of good weave and acrylic nails. What a disgrace to women MCs everywhere. What a wild, distorted fraud of a scene. Millions of mics at half-mast, mourning the loss of the heart, the beat, the core that makes black art the voice of the people, for the people. Not a black Barbie standing with a saggy nut pedophile Ken at her side. We are the prize, not capitalism's side chick. Our backs already built this country's economy. Go write a rhyme about how you turn the devil down. Write poems that show our girls our true wealth. Go read Nikki Giovanni or Nikki Finney. I promise you will find your self-worth inside their pages. Nikki, don't you know? We are worth more than what they could ever afford to pay any of us. Ooh.
Oh my.
Ain't nothing else to be said. Nicki Minaj has sold every bit of goodwill, of authenticity, of credibility, of honor, of self-worth that she has managed to accrue through her career. Like her allegiance to the LGBTQ community that built her career has just washed away. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it.
Hope so.
Because now what you got? And Come to find out that gold card she got was a souvenir. It wasn't an actual authentic card.
It wasn't the thing.
No, it was basically just a, thanks for coming and for your donation. Here, you can like display this in your home or something.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
imagine.
yeah.
This has been your moment of
Schadenfreude. People taking pleasure in your pain.
Do you have a 15-minute fave by any chance?
I do.
Would you like to share that and take us out to a break with it?
I would.
Okay.
So I was just going through my social medias and I came across this video of this song. It's a little jazz tune by this artist who I was heretofore unfamiliar with. He goes by the name of Spilata, and this little jazz tune is called The Cuntiest.
Okay.
When I tell you, I have never put a song on the 15-minute faves playlist before I was finished listening to the damn thing.
Oh my.
Now, here's the thing. It was on streaming. It was on Apple Music and Spotify and all that. And then it was gone. But it is available on YouTube. So we're going to make sure we link to YouTube because y'all need to be aware of Spilata The Cuntiest. It is a joy. It is a journey. It is queerness and blackness at its finest. Oh my God.
All right then. let's go out to the break with that.
Yes. The Cuntiest.
We'll be right
Got the
back.
tongue to this. Slay you in this song just for fun to this. I'm the cuntiest. Some think that they're a star, well, I'm the sun to this. And if you didn't know, you better ask your sis. Cause when it comes to this, darling, I never miss. I'm the cuntiest, the stuntiest, the one to this, the sum to this. That's why they run to this. I'm the cuntiest. The Frank to your Sinatra in a seasoned dish. To make you reminisce on times infused with bliss. Nostalgia with a twist while giving futurist. I'm the cuntiest. The only prima donna, I'm upfront with this. The business and the show, I'm the sum to this. So watch me while I blow and make you come to this. I'm the cuntiest, the stuntiest, the one to this, the sum to this. So glad you come to this. I'm the cuntiest.
And we're back.
We're back.
So we had the benefit of video with that particular fave. So maybe you'll post the video.
Oh, definitely.
Okay then. Well, that was yeah. That happened.
That's an anthem.
Okay.
A movement, a moment.
Alrighty. It's time
Oh God.
for the cavalcade of nonsense. And there's so much.
Let's go quickly, shall we?
Yeah, let's try. You want to get started?
Yeah. So Minnesota State Rep Ilhan Omar, this is at the end of January, was attacked. Some fool basically like lunged at her and sprayed her with a liquid.
Yeah, I've heard subsequently that they thought it was like apple cider vinegar or something.
Right. That's what I believe it ended up being, which I don't understand.
Well, any liquid, the whole thing, not okay.
Well, correct.
Not okay.
Well, I saw the video when it happened, and I was immediately afraid it was like some kind of like biological
Right.
thing. And because you saw, I posted, I was like, I just want to know what he sprayed her with. The best part of the whole thing is, besides the fact that I believe she is since been cleared and okay, she immediately went into like, I'm a bust your ass stance. Like, they not only had to protect her from him, but him from her. But what the fuck is going on that folks are just attacking people in this manner? And apparently the attack was fueled by all of the racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic rhetoric. Like, the first two words in the headline were stochastic terrorism.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
Which, as we have learned on this show, is an act of violence which is the direct result of continued and persistent hateful rhetoric and calls for violence. So,
good God.
There you go. This is what's happening, and it's a direct result of the asshat in the White House.
Absolutely. This next story comes from Florida.
Shocker.
Yeah, it's shocking, right? Republicans want to jail pharmacists now as two new bills targeting gender-affirming care advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. One lawmaker said the tougher legislation is needed to fight doctors who are, quote, committing fraud in Florida. Representative Lauren Mello, who is insane, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, said that. So basically, the bills advanced out of committee late in January, and they would give the state attorney general more power to investigate and press felony charges against healthcare professionals who provide gender-affirming care in the state, including against therapists who discuss gender issues with minor patients, and pharmacists who fill prescriptions that may be used as gender-affirming care. Yeah. And this is the Criminal Justice Subcommittee in the Florida legislature. This advanced on a 12-5 vote, and it would allow the state attorney general to sue healthcare practitioners for up to $100,000 per violation for providing gender-affirming care to minors. Life-saving care.
Yeah.
Mainstream medical organizations support gender-affirming care, of course, for trans kids, because it has been shown to be life-saving and safe, which we know. But facts, when you have a bunch of pedophiles who are trying to like throw you off their scent, this is what you get.
Yep.
This is what you get out of the Republican Party. As we're learning more and more of them, because I don't think a week goes by, and it's often Florida, where some puffy white dude is again arrested. A Republican politician is once again arrested for child porn, for trying to meet up with children at hotel, you name it. You name it. But they have the audacity to continue to target us, even though rank and file Republicans are saying knock it off already.
Right.
Yeah, it's just mind-blowing, truly. Supporters of this new bill say that they are necessary to further crack down on gender-affirming care in the state for biblical reasons. What the actual fuck does the Bible have to do with public policy? This is
or medicine.
Or medicine, scary on so many levels. We have to uphold the principles and standards that made this country great. Biblical constitutional law and order at all costs. And sometimes that stings, said Representative Taylor Yarkowski at the hearing. Taylor may have been arrested by now. This was late January, so God only knows how many kids that one's diddled. Who knows? But yeah, keep bringing the Bible into public policy. Why not?
They measured things in cubits in the Bible.
Yeah. And of course, Lauren Mello, who I said, is insane, stressed pharmacists would be punished under her bill, something she says is necessary because healthcare professionals are committing fraud by prescribing gender-affirming care medications, but recording the purpose of the medications as something other than gender-affirming care. Democrats, of course, stress that the bill could have unintentional side effects. It really is first of all, it's a power grab for the Attorney General to expand his power. That's one aspect of this. Giving one individual, maybe his successor, authority that they don't deserve and cannot manage. Yeah. State representatives, and apparently this is referencing Hope, Florida, which is a scandal where state representatives were accused of laundering money and committing fraud, of course.
Right, yeah.
They've proven they cannot be trusted. Yeah, no kidding. Doctors might be scared from prescribing hormonal medications to people with severe menstrual problems and symptoms, lest a pharmacist misinterpret the reason for the prescription. You're going to see doctors not wanting to prescribe these kinds of medications. Yeah, it will be fucking with cis people, but women, so why would they care? Mm-hmm. And it's, queer and trans people are already leaving Florida in droves. Not the white gays, because they're fine. They're fine. But trans people are leaving Florida at a clip.
Yep.
Parents with trans children, of course, have been leaving Florida at a clip.
Yep.
Any decent, respectable, organization that's having any kind of conference, last I heard, avoiding Florida because it's terrible. So this is all in the name of what again? Yeah. Hate?
That's, whatever else they call it, that's what it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's going to be very difficult for doctors to even talk to trans patients if there's retribution for having a conversation.
Yeah.
How sick and twisted is this? They want us dead. That's what they want.
Well, yeah.
That's what they want. Yeah. So that fits solidly under nonsense.
Yeah, it is.
So this was cute. This happened this week with this Republican Congresswoman flipping out and saying, "Do not call me cisgender."
Okay, sis.
Exactly. Cis. C-I-S.
Yes.
She called the word made up. Aren't all words made up?
First of all.
That's what I thought. Yeah. This is U.S. Rep. Harriet Hageman.
Oh.
Hageman.
Huh.
How ironic. Yeah.
I don't think that's how you say it, but that's how we're saying it.
From Wyoming. She admitted she believes cisgender is a, quote, made up word that seeks to destroy civil order. What?
I thought that was Republican.
Cisgender is a made up word that means nothing, Haggy Man said. Not realizing that all words are literally made up by people to describe the world around them. Do not call me cisgender. I am a woman, the cisgender legislator added.
Yes.
I love queer news. I really do. She said the word epitomizes the left's ongoing effort to rewrite the English language in order to change the debate, because there isn't a debate,
right,
and destroy civil order.
Yeah. What
the fuck do Republicans really know about order?
First of all.
Yeah, they don't govern. They worry about shit like this. This is, govern. Come up with some way to fucking govern.
And this whole...
For once.
This whole furor over the word cisgender.
I know, because...
It is such peak white bullshit in that it didn't exist until they started hearing about it.
Well, not entirely, though. You got hoteps and shit out there.
Oh, I know.
Are also not happy with the term. So.
Yeah, because white nonsense doesn't trickle down to non-white people. That's not a thing that ever happens.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
But my point is, that's the whole thing. They act like it's a word that just showed up 20 minutes ago because that's when they started hearing about it.
Yeah. And just for the record, the term cisgender was popularized in the 1990s, and the Oxford English Dictionary added the word in 2015.
Right.
Yes.
And I keep having this fucking argument with people that I actually know, and I keep trying to let them know that they don't sound as smart as I thought them to be.
Yeah, see, people like Haggy Man and Elon Musk insist cisgender is a slur.
Right.
Meant to attack non-trans people.
Right.
Because they attack us all the time with the fact that we're transgender. So and all it means is you're not transgender.
Right.
Sweetie.
I actually had someone that I know,
But we're the snowflakes.
who I thought was a thinking human being, say, well, it is a slur if I don't want to be called that and you call me that.
No, it's not.
I'm like, what the fuck does what you want have to do with
No, it's
the
not.
definition of a goddamn word?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's like saying,
I don't like the word the, so therefore the is a slur. That's exactly
I don't want to be called
what
a
that
New
sounds like.
Jerseyan. Well, you live in New Jersey, honey.
Right.
That's the word. You move.
Like, for fuck's sake.
Find a word you like better.
Right.
But what the hell?
Because I've said many times, cisgender is not a slur. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what you actually think. The word is what it is.
But you think
Right.
that we think the
Right.
same way you do.
Right.
And the way that you spew the word trans and transgender and transsexual, you spew those words as slurs. So you assume
Right.
we use
Right.
this word.
That's also what I always say. It's like you, with sitting firmly in your cisgender privilege, are not used to being labeled,
Yeah.
but you only use labels when you're using them to bully others or denigrate others.
Right.
So you assume that all labels are used to bully and denigrate. So when a label is applied to you, then you automatically take offense because you...
God bless all the cisgender
You know-
people that we know who self-refer as cis.
Yes.
Thank you all.
God damn it.
And of course, Haggy Man, and then we will move on, claimed that gold medalist, cisgender, boxer, is it Amani Khalif?
Yes.
Is a transgender woman who beat the hell out of women during the 2024 Paris Olympics. Khalif, like Representative Haggy Man, is a cisgender woman. Can't even get their facts straight. But goddamn, they love to beat
This is
a
what...
bell. Yeah, you're repeating a lie over and over and over again. It will never make it the truth.
This is what prompted my social media post the other day. I am so sick and fucking tired of arrogant stupidity.
I know, right? And that's the thing. They're so certain
Right.
and they're so loud and they're so fucking wrong.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I know. It
Remember when stupid people didn't participate in conversations they weren't equipped to be a part of and they just sat back? Remember that? I miss those days.
I do.
God
I do.
damn it.
This happened in New York City. We're going back to January 10th. The article's not quite that old. But there was a man who suffered an anti-LGBTQ subway attack after kissing his trans partner,
Right.
according to police. A man was kissing his transgender partner aboard a 6 train earlier in January when he was attacked by another passenger who yelled a homophobic slur and struck him with a sharp object, according to police. The sudden attack, which unfolded just before 8 p.m. on January 10th, led to a verbal dispute that ultimately took a dangerous turn when the unknown assailant allegedly attacked the 28-year-old victim on the right side of his face, causing a laceration. No indication the trans woman suffered any physical injuries. It took place as the 6 train pulled into the 23rd Street station on a Saturday evening, and the suspect fled the train at that station. Of course they fled.
Like the little bitch that he is.
Like the little bitch that you are. None of them can stand by their convictions, can
Nope.
they? Yeah, they got to run a nut. Anyway, the victim was transported to Bellevue Hospital, and the alleged attacker, of course, fled. The scene, police have yet to identify or find the suspect. Yeah.
I just wanted to put this here because when I came across this article, it hit home for me for obvious reasons. And, I'm, as a queer person, I have been on my guard in public for 30 plus years now.
Yeah.
Just being myself, either by myself or with friends or with a partner. And, I am married to a fabulous transgender woman.
I have to agree.
Who I want to be affectionate with publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, luckily, like, I don't really fear in that way here where we live.
Right.
But it's just crazy that we're still dealing with this bullshit.
I still remember my son kind of pointing out our size as in some ways protective. And I had never thought of that.
Right.
I really had never thought of that. But he was like, you two can block the sun when you're walking side by side. So somebody would be really stupid to try to fuck with you.
I mean, I agree. I think people be stupid to fuck with us, like size be damned.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, we've taught that lesson more than once. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, I had never thought of it that way. Because, I mean, I was bullied all through school. I was often taller and bigger, but they knew I wasn't going to fight back.
Right.
That was the point. So that didn't, I think it made it that much more fun because of my size. So I never really look at life that way, but I did realize that. And that was, early on in bar ownership. And I realized I could use that to my advantage sometimes.
Right. Well, similar background for myself. I was bullied a lot as a kid, all up and through high school, and I never fought back. And it wasn't until like my adult life, my full-fledged adult life, where when I'm put in a situation where physical violence is a thing, not only do I fight back, I realize I can be a lot more brutal than I thought I could be. And there have been times, like, I remember the moment I'm thinking of is we were in the car and I'm sitting passenger side, you're driving, and apparently I made a noise and you said what? And I was like, nothing. Because I just randomly was thinking, like, what would I do if somebody tried to fuck with my woman? And it got real fucking dark.
Did it?
It got real. It was like, and then I break it this way, and then I bend it around like that, and I start beating them with their own leg. Like it got dark. Yeah. So I had to. So I was like, I scared myself, which is why I made the noise. So I think about things like that, and in the world we live in, and just don't fucking start none, won't fucking be none. Is really all I can say.
Well, yeah. But this guy was just being affectionate,
right?
And some people can't.
If you're
stand
threatened by
love
and affection,
right,
look inward.
Yeah, and if seeing queer and trans people has an effect on you, maybe you need to, I don't know, examine that. Mm-hmm. I put this next story in because we have a new strategy, right? We know that Democratic electeds tend to oppose like trans sports bans more than Democratic voters do because too many Democratic voters and some Democratic positions have been infected by this constant barrage of lies and misinformation.
Maybe there's something to that.
Right. So the electeds who have done the research and who we have worked hard to educate, of course, tend to be more against it. So the new tact is anti-trans activists are turning in signatures in Maine for a sports ban. And what this will do is put it on the ballot. That's what they want. Organizers from the anti-trans group Protect Girls Sports, as if they still don't give a shit about girls' sports, as we know. They do want to check their vaginas, though. They're anxious to do that.
That's all
because
it
they
is.
are children's genital fetishists.
If it weren't for girls in shorts, they wouldn't give a fuck.
Truly. Anyway, Protect Girls Sports says they turned in over 82,000 signatures to the state Secretary of State's office to put a trans sports ban on the November ballot this year. Now, if something's unconstitutional, can you put it on the ballot? I don't know. Their
a
ballot
good-ass
initiative, I
question.
think you kind of can because remember Prop 8?
Oh, right, yeah.
Their ballot initiative would require the entities that govern interscholastic sports to designate all teams as male, female, or co-ed and allow only students assigned female at birth to participate in girls' sports. The ballot initiative would also require restrooms, locker rooms, and showers to be separated by sex assigned at birth. Fucking build bigger walls to the stalls. These people are so fucking, good God.
Still no mention of
state-
trans boys, though, huh?
No, never. The state is now reviewing the signatures that they turned in to see if at least 67,682 of them are valid. That is the minimum number of signatures from Maine voters required to qualify an issue for the ballot. Quote, it's necessary to put on the ballot because sex-based discrimination is happening right now. Leland Strife of Protect Girls Sports told the Bangor Daily News. They often frame trans rights as an attack on women's rights. Not that there's any correlation.
Right.
There needs to be a solution for this. Right now, it is being solved on a district-by-district level, and it shouldn't be. It should be solved on the state level. This is the second state where anti-trans activists have attempted to get a sports ban on the November ballot. In January, the group Let's Go Washington said that it turned in more than enough signatures to put a sports ban on the ballot in that state. The Washington ballot initiative will also include authorization for genital examinations for girls who want to participate in sports, in school sports. Now, if parents are going to vote for this and pass it, God help us all. God help us all.
So you know what that means? That means that someone said the words out loud, genital inspections. And it came out of the mouth and traveled through the air and went into ears. And the ears said, yes, that's what we need to do. And then they wrote that down on paper. Mm-hmm. And then that paper was passed to other people who read it. And they saw the words genital inspection and they went, yes, and moved it forward.
Anti-trans organizers are turning to ballot initiatives, likely, because every state that will pass a trans sports ban through its legislature already has. And Democratic elected officials tend to be more opposed to trans sports bans than Democratic voters. So a March 2025 survey found that 64% of Maine voters don't think transgender student athletes, meaning trans girls, let's not twist this, should be allowed to participate in school sports. And that 64% would have to include a large number, and that 64% would have to include a large number of Democratic voters in the state of Maine.
And all of this is a much larger number than the actual number of trans kids who were trying to fucking play sports in the first goddamn place. So this is just a mob.
A recent national survey found that a plurality of Kamala Harris voters actually support trans sports bans. I guess, misinformation, if you repeat it enough, it does become infectious.
Yeah.
A few Democratic elected officials have publicly supported such measures, thank God. At least 8 bills were introduced in the Maine legislature last year to curtail trans rights, including a sports ban, and Democrats defeated them all. Because it's not governing, it's not good policy, and it's nothing but bigotry.
Right.
On its face. There is no evidence to back any of this up. That is what is so galling. Is that this isn't the shit that they're doing this for is like a solution looking for a problem. The problem does not exist.
Right. It's not a fucking problem.
Right. Not only are trans girls not, dominating every sport, they're not being trans so that they can somehow assault little cis girls in the locker room. That's not happening.
Right.
You're afraid of cis boys, actually, is what you're afraid of. The Maine Principals Association said it follows state law, which bans discrimination on the basis of gender identity, and pointed out that there are very few trans girls participating in school sports in the state. Correct. this jackass stressed he does not want the legislature to solve this on our behalf, likely because the Maine legislature has a Democratic majority. You know, and of course, anyone with a conscience or any decent human is criticizing the ballot initiative, pointing out that Protect Girls Sports has received nearly $1 million from Republican mega donor Richard Uihlein, and that the initiative would increase bullying and harassment and cost local schools millions of dollars for construction and litigation.
Yeah.
These out-of-state billionaires pay for the campaign, but Maine people pay for the fallout. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, last year, Maine Governor Janet Mills had a high-profile battle with this administration over trans student athletes. The president told her that she better ban trans kids from participating in school sports, and she replied, "See you in court." And Maine eventually won the court battle that followed when the U.S. Department of Agriculture attempted to freeze $3 million in funding. They're bullies.
Yeah.
They're bullies. And nobody looks at transgender porn like Republican men.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of recently, Kid Mero, Deezus and Mero, was on Rolling Stone podcast or interview or whatever, talking about Riley Gaines. And he was like, we need to he was basically speaking to Riley Gaines. He's like, we need to be real here. You're not mad at the presence of a transgender. He said the issue is not a transgender swimmer. The issue is you suck. You're ass. So stop focusing on bullshit. Stop focusing on things that aren't a problem.
Well, right. But
and concentrate on not being ass.
She would have absolutely no relevance
Right.
in this world. You would not know her name in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Had she not capitalized on having, swam with Leah Thomas.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. She tied for 5th place and I guess wanted to be 5th place all on her own.
Right.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, but otherwise you would never have heard from this person. But Republicans are so goddamned frothing at the mouth about our very existence that they will pay and promote people like Riley Gaines.
Yeah.
They absolutely will. To further this ridiculous, bigoted, nasty, baseless agenda of theirs.
Bigots do
because
love
if you look at the trans people, if you look at them, you're not looking at what they're doing.
Bigots do love a participation trophy. Mm-hmm. Like the Confederate flag.
Yeah, they sure do. So yeah, that is the new strategy, is to try to get shit as ballot initiatives, hoping that we can't touch the hearts and minds of citizens.
Right.
But, we also know how to fight a ballot initiative.
Yeah.
Ask Anita Bryant.
Well,
We know how to fight ballot initiatives too.
yes.
We know how to turn hearts and minds toward the truth of the matter. But Jesus Christ, how ridiculous. How utterly, and what a waste of time. We've solved every other problem in the world.
Right.
So apparently, John Lithgow, he slams J.K. Rowling's transphobia and then defends playing Dumbledore.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Which is a testament to how talented John Lithgow actually is, because he can talk out of both sides of his face at the same fucking time.
At the same exact time, yeah.
That's brilliant.
I know. How about it?
That's really all. That's all that I wanted to just say. Fuck John Lithgow. It's a shame. I've been a fan forever and a day.
So this is an upcoming upcoming Harry Potter television series.
Yeah. They're still making those shits.
And right. So while he will speak out against J.K. Rowling and her rampant transphobia, he did defend his decision to take over as Hogwarts headmaster in this new adaptation, saying it made him uncomfortable and unhappy that people insisted he walk away from the job. But he chose not to. Yeah. He spoke at the Rotterdam Film Festival, where he had a film premiering, asked how he felt about Rowling's hateful rhetoric. I take the subject extremely seriously, but just not seriously enough to lose money.
Correct.
She has created the amazing canon for young people, and it has jumped. And he can't need the money that anyway.
I'm saying.
Has jumped into the consciousness of this society. It's about good versus evil, kindness versus cruelty. I find her views ironic and inexplicable. I've never met her, and she's not really involved in this production at all. But the people who are remarkable.
Fuck them too.
Basically. It upsets me when people are opposed to me having anything to do with this. But in the Potter canon, you see no trace of transphobic sensitivity. She's written this mediation of kindness and acceptance, and Dumbledore is a beautiful role.
Every non-white character is a walking stereotype.
I'm the oldest person in the entire room, just turned 80. And yet I signed a contract. I will be playing Dumbledore for the next 8 years. I absolutely have to keep at it. I felt, wow, that means I will live to be 88. I have that in writing. An audience member got up and left the room in protest while he was talking, and could be heard saying, things like these don't help. And the actor responded to the abrupt exit by saying, I'm perfectly ready for collisions of opinion. I understand it. Yeah. You know, I have such enormous respect for the people who actually do need the money and turn it down anyway when they learn. You know, and there was nothing to learn. You know what JK does with that money.
Exactly.
Yeah. But whatever. And
John Lithgow played a trans woman.
I know. I guess. What? What do we say? At least he slammed her. I don't even fucking know.
Did he? That didn't sound like a slam.
Well.
That was barely a knock.
Well.
So someone who I was a huge fan of turns out to be a double-speaking hypocrite.
Well, there's a lot of that in the air. Yeah, there is. There is. Let's take one more break.
Yes.
So that we can cleanse our palates with some pop culture.
Yes.
We'll be right back. We are back.
We're back.
Wow. What's happening in pop culture? I've been in front of the television. What's happening in pop culture? Otherwise, it's been so fucking cold.
Right. Well, let's see. Since we recorded last, the Grammys happened.
Yes.
And
they did.
There were two takeaways from the Grammys that I personally care. We didn't watch the Grammys.
We did not.
But there were things that happened that I heard about and took to heart. First of all, being Eve finally received a Grammy for her verse in the Roots song "You Got Me" after 27 years.
Okay.
There was a Recording Academy Honors event, and she was awarded a Grammy presented by the Black Music Collective.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I only recently realized that that was her on that song.
Well, it was uncredited.
Well,
right?
yeah, and she wasn't Eve yet. She was just like a fierce Philly woman MC who the Roots knew.
Right.
Just like Jill Scott wrote the hook to the song, and she wasn't known yet. She was just an up and coming fabulous Philly performer. And so they were told by their label that they needed a name to be on the song if it was going to be a single. And that is why Erykah Badu does the hook.
Okay.
And Erykah has long since, given Jill her props for writing it. And the Roots Come Alive album, Jill actually performed, and it is amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so cool that Eve finally received the the recognition that she deserved,
Okay.
you know?
Cool.
And my one big takeaway from the main Grammys event was Duran Bernard won a Grammy for Best Progressive R&B Performance.
Who dat?
Duran Bernard is he was a 15-minute fave a little while ago, actually.
Okay.
I first discovered him when he was primarily a backup singer for Erykah Badu. It was a video of him. She gave him a solo, and he just went off. That man can sing his little queer ass face off. He is an amazing talent. And like based on that one solo, I was like, oh my God, who is this person? Duran Bernard. Let me follow him. Let me just know all I can, because that voice. And he finally got a Grammy. He'd been nominated several times for appearing on people's music, but this was his first time winning of his own accord. And I wanna read his acceptance speech because it is wonderful. First of all, I love like he comes trotting up from the back like a cartoon character, because he said he sat in the back because he didn't think he was gonna win. So he says, "Happy Black History Month for the rest of my life." That's how he opened it.
Okay.
He said, "Listen, I want to remind everyone that we are all we got, and we know who I'm referring to. So please give yourself some grace and extend your kindness to your neighbor who needs it. To all the independent artists out there, and to every butch queen who is ever made to feel like they were too much, I am the proof that you needed and the sign you've been waiting for. Be yourself."
All right, then.
And his mother and his father were up on stage with him. It was so cool.
I love that.
Yes. And there's a small list of people who I feel like I discovered, which basically means I found out about them just a little bit before they became popular. And I predicted all these things for them, and they've come to fruition. First, it was Dua Lipa. Then it was Bob the Drag Queen. Now it's Duran Bernard. It's like everything I've seen for these people has come to fruition, and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Okay. Okay. What do we have next? Oh, Wendy and Lisa have revealed a new supergroup replacing the Revolution.
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be Lisa, Wendy, and Annie Lennox.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
That's what I said.
Oh, my. Yeah. Okay. Of course, they worked with Prince.
Right.
The harmonic backbone of the Revolution. Wendy and Lisa helped sculpt the emotional architecture of Purple Rain, forever etching their names into pop history. But now, in a move that few saw coming, they're officially stepping out of the purple shadow, and they're doing it by starting over with a collaborator just as iconic as their former band leader. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That's going to be interesting. That's a powerhouse trio.
I know. I'm excited. Apparently, it all started because they were seated together at a Joni Mitchell concert.
How about that?
And they just started like talking and like hanging out, and it became a thing.
Do you realize it's going to be 10 years since we lost Prince this year? 10.
I know, and I'm still not over it.
I know. Damn, time flies.
But Wendy and Lisa, they got props, but they never got the props that they actually deserve. Like, it wasn't until very, very, very recently, after Prince died, I think it might have been when we saw the Revolution perform.
Right, we did.
And
they were great.
They were fabulous. But one of the iconic guitar solos in, I want to say Let's Go Crazy. It's either Let's Go Crazy or Purple Rain. I always thought it was Prince. It was Wendy.
It was Wendy. Mm-hmm.
Because they said at the beginning of the concert that they were all doing their own parts. There was no lead singer. The audience was going to be the lead singer.
Well, right. They did have a singer out there.
They had guests for certain parts.
Who did do
certain songs.
Some of the Prince
lyrics.
Lyrics.
Yes. But for the most part, it was like sing along with the revolution.
It really was, yeah.
And when
What a great show.
it
too.
really was.
Yeah.
And when she came out and hit that solo, I was like, oh my God, that was your part,
How about that?
bitch. Which is a testament to how fabulous of a guitar player. If I thought it was Prince, and it could have been. So
Yeah, amazing talent. So this is going to be something.
yeah, I can't wait.
To see.
Because Annie Lennox has always been amazing.
Oh yeah.
Except for when she sang Strange Fruit on that one album.
Yeah, I know.
But that's while it's not a small misstep, that's the only misstep I can think of.
Just say no. Just say no. You know?
Yeah.
Do you remember David Underwood telling us that story?
I do.
When he was playing at Tavern on Quebec. And someone asked for Strange Fruit and wanted to sing along. It was a white dude. And he said, absolutely not.
Right.
He's like, I don't care if they fire me. I don't care what they do. I don't care. No.
Yeah. Not even. Didn't want David to sing it. Didn't want to sing with David.
No.
Wanted David to accompany his white ass while he sang Strange Fruit.
Right. And David said, that will not happen.
No, it will not.
And it didn't.
I will step on your foot and walk away first.
Yeah. Other than that part, an amazing talent. And I don't think that they would let her sing it again. Wendy and Lisa.
No, they would not.
I don't think they would allow that. So I think moving forward, we're good. But yeah.
This one's for you.
I know this one upset me.
Yeah.
Dame Prue Leith
Yes.
is leaving the Great British Bake Off.
I know.
She's been there for almost a decade as a judge. She is 86 years old. So, fair. Anything she wants to do at this point is more than fair.
She replaced Dame Mary Berry.
Right. On the series in 2017, appearing alongside Paul Hollywood. So there was a shakeup. At one time it was on BBC and then it moved to Channel 4.
Right.
And apparently when it moved to Channel 4, like the cast changed.
Okay. And I guess I only was paying attention from that point forward because it's always been Prue for me.
It's always been Prue for me as well. Anyway.
That's a shirt. It's always been Prue
She
for me.
already had stepped down from the celebrity version of Bake Off in 2024. Replaced there by Lady Caroline Waldegrave, looks like.
Sure.
Allison Hammond and Noel Fielding continue to be the presenters.
I like Allison.
And I assume Paul Hollywood is not going anywhere.
Shit.
But I will miss her.
Yeah.
I really will miss her. What a interesting person. And
so fabulous.
Just fabulous, yeah. Just fun and colorful and fabulous. And her critiques were not mean-spirited.
I mean, none of them words.
Well, I mean, Paul Hollywood can get a little, make you question your birth. But, she really never did. But she would kind of say, that could be better, or I can't even taste that part, or, I'm sorry, that's... Anyway, I liked the way that she did it. She wasn't dehumanizing about any of it.
And I love how she
And she can be funny.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I love how she leans into the fact that she likes to drink a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an ongoing thing. Is her.
I made it extra boozy just for you.
Just
Prue.
for you, yep. I added some extra just for Prue. Well, we will miss her. She's fabulous.
Right.
But we will have reruns.
Yeah.
We'll always have those. Yeah, so let's talk about what we've watched.
So we...
You remember so much better than I do.
Yeah, some of the stuff we watched...
The Roses.
A while ago. Yeah, The Roses was...
Refresh me. It was not The War of the Roses, but it was similar...
Okay, so The Roses
idea.
is based on the book. It's a more direct adaptation of the book that War of the Roses was also...
Right, an adaptation
of. It was, but it was more direct. Danny DeVito took a little bit more creative license with his version,
and a dark, twisted ending, which this one didn't have.
Differently, yeah.
Differently,
yeah.
Okay.
But this was Benedict Cumberbatch
Yes.
and Olivia Colman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Olivia Colman played the wife. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
As much as I enjoyed War of the Roses, I love that movie.
And I think it's so dark.
Well, that's why I like it.
I know.
Dana DeVito is
You've never been divorced.
fabulous director. No,
I have.
Fine.
And it came out right around the time of my first divorce, as I recall.
Right.
Or I saw it around the time of my first divorce, so it just didn't sit well.
I was going to say, so your feelings are not necessarily the movie's fault?
No, because I watched it much later because I told someone
Right.
that they needed to watch that movie. Mm-hmm. And I thought that they would find it instructive. I'll just leave it there.
Right.
And they did. And so I thought, let me rewatch it.
But this version was actually more laugh out loud funny to me.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Parts of it were really funny.
The performances were wonderful. The cast was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Love is Strange.
Yeah, that was the film with John Lithgow.
Mm-hmm.
It was John Lithgow and Alfred Molina. They play an older gay couple,
Yep.
and they have this wonderful life together in New York until Alfred Molina loses his job
Because they get married.
because they got married, right? And so they're having
And he
to
taught in a Catholic school.
right,
And-
which is a story that we've seen before.
Oh, yeah. We have. Mm-hmm.
And they had to like temporarily move in with their younger friends.
Yeah.
And the hijinks that ensued because of it.
Good character study. I thought it was
It was a great movie.
really sweet. It really was. I enjoyed it.
John Lithgow being a two-faced hypocrite has nothing to do with the fact that he's always been a talented actor.
That is true. There you go.
Like
It was, yeah. And it was a good movie.
yeah, that was when did that come out?
24, I think.
Yeah, 2014.
Oh, 14.
Yeah.
It was that old. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where we heard it. I think it was something came up as, you might like in the
Right.
suggestions or whatever. And I was like,
Right.
how did we miss this one? Right. Okay. So it's older than I thought it was. But it was good.
It was good. I
Now-
recommend it even though, hypocrite.
Anyway, someone told me I simply must see I Saw the TV Glow.
Yeah, and that had been on my to watch list since it came out
Because
in
it is supposed,
2024.
I kept hearing all these trans people mention this movie, and I guess if you squint, it's a trans allegory. I guess, yeah.
All I heard was that it was so fabulous. And it was a horror movie, and it had positive trans representation. That was literally the only thing I knew
didn't
about
see
it.
I mean,
We hated it.
yeah, because there's no one has ever stated to be trans. We can kind of infer that
No
the
one
friend
is stated to be anything because no
right.
one said anything.
Yeah, you're
and they spoke really slowly when they said nothing.
It was odd. I did not. The only thing I remember thinking at the end was that is time I'll never get back. And when once again, it's that if it's so cerebral, it goes over my head.
Well, this is what I'm saying. There is a difference between making a film that is an allegory and filming an allegory.
Okay.
Because let's take, for instance, The Matrix. The Matrix is a trans allegory. However, if you don't catch any of that, if you don't
Right.
notice any of that, it is still a good movie.
In your opinion.
Yes, in my and many other people's opinions.
But I'm for purposes of this conversation, it's just the two of us in the room, and you're not stating both opinions when you say that. That's all.
But this was just like they just were like, I'm gonna make a trans allegory, and they forgot to make a movie.
Kind of. That's how I felt about the thing.
That's what they did.
And I was like, I saw where, I guess the themes, it's sort of what was happening. Like, yeah, I guess you can kind of sort of compare it to being trans, I guess. Sure.
Right.
But that it touched me and spoke to me so deeply, like, no. Mm-mm. And the acting was not superlative, in my humble opinion. And that always takes me out of a story. when I want to give them direction, I'm like, this is not finished. Like, y'all are still rehearsing.
It did give that.
Like, there couldn't have been a script. Y'all just all ad-libbed, right? And then threw it together. And
there was a few times when I was like, who the fuck wrote this?
yeah, it happened more than once.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, at least the one lead actor, I know that he is a good actor because we've seen him in other things.
We have.
So, these were obvious choices.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
Yeah.
It's that thing that choreographers do that I hate when they have their core idea that the piece is about, and then they abstract the idea, and then they abstract the abstraction, and then they put that on stage.
Yep.
That's what this felt like to me.
And many people are left feeling stupid because they didn't get it. And it's like, well, you couldn't have without a roadmap and a fucking flashlight. There was no getting that.
Right.
Is often the case, right?
Right.
Because
yeah.
time and again. And that's just how I felt about this. Like,
and that's it. The roadmap. You got to give me something to hold on to.
Yeah, it really didn't hold. I kept waiting for it to go somewhere.
Right.
And it just.
Yeah. So no disrespect to the people who love this movie and got something real and true and emotional out of it, but I thought it was some bullshit.
I did too.
Yeah.
And I am trans.
I know.
Because I went, well, I guess if you kind of, squint and squeeze it, that, sure. Or it was this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
again, if you don't give me a movie underneath your allegory.
Right. We have so much cinema now where trans people are actually trans and we don't have to like squint for it.
Right.
I guess I've gotten tired of having to squint for anything.
Yeah, that.
Like, we don't need allegories anymore.
God damn it.
How about we just make a film? Because I still.
Right.
And, and it was built around their mutual love for this TV show. And
yeah.
The characters and this whole thing about, do you ever feel like that's real? And I'm like, okay. I guess, get it.
I never want to hear the words pink opaque ever again.
I know. Pink opaque was what the name of the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I can relate, to being raised by a television, but that's not exclusively a trans, thing.
Right.
At all.
It's a latchkey kid thing.
It's a latchkey kid thing. It's a bullied kid thing. It's a queer kid thing. It's a 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to like it.
I did too. It was on my list from when it first came out. But
Yeah,
I took that shit off immediately after the credits rolled because shit.
And again, maybe, because this often happens. Like, what is and is not a Martha film.
Yes.
Pretty well now.
Some things by intuition, some things by learning the hard way.
Mm-hmm. So you've got a pretty, and when you just have to see it. You just, like, I don't want to give too much of away. How the fuck could you give too much of that away? Because there isn't that much happening.
Mm-hmm. 2 kids mumble and watch television.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's the movie.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
Right. So, yeah, I am sure, because I have heard others say that they enjoyed it and they thought it was well done. I meant to talk to Elizabeth about this because I believe she saw it and had something positive to say. And I was just like, oh, I do not, obviously. Send help.
Oh yeah, we
went to the movies.
Yes, we got to have a little date night and actually go to the movies, which you and I don't do near as often as I would like.
We don't. And we have a wonderful movie theater not far from here at all.
Exactly. I love going to the movies.
With the reclining seats and all that. It's
when you were doing your classes on Saturdays, that's when I used to take myself to the movies a lot. Mm-hmm. And I got to see stuff. So I was missing that. So we actually and we went on opening night. We went and saw Send Help.
Yes. With Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
I liked it a lot.
And I knew I would like it. I wasn't sure how you would like it because it is a Sam Raimi film. Mm-hmm. And from what I understood, it was to be like Sam Raimi at his Sam Raimiest. And what I've learned is he has a certain, I use the word formula, but I don't want that to sound like a negative. But there are certain elements that are in every Sam Raimi film, but they always work.
Okay.
Like the fast like camera cuts, like the character looks to the left and then the camera looks to the left and the character looks to the right and the camera looks to the right. Things like that. There's always a big gross out moment. Random jump scare.
It was good.
It was very good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was a twisty little movie.
Yeah.
It's got some nice, interesting plot twists, and yeah.
You kind of got bullied into wanting to see it because they kept showing the trailer on.
They did. Well, because on Peacock keeps having commercials, and they kept they bombard you with commercials,
and you were like, I want to see that, and I was like, work.
You get bombarded with these advertisements, and we kept getting bombarded with the advertisement for Send Help, and I said, I would like to go see that.
And I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, and it was like the 9:00 show, and the theater was empty. Or 9:30 show, whatever it was.
Yeah.
The theater was damn near empty. The 7:00 was full.
Right. It was a fun little movie date night, even though it was like 2 degrees.
It was.
Because was this right after the big snow?
Right after enough, yeah. So it was the following Friday.
That was it.
Yeah, but we were still only driving your car. Today, I just got my car out.
Right.
And I still had to drive it over mountains. It's very slowly melting. Very slowly.
Yeah.
What else? Where are we? Oh, yeah, I have been binging Chicago. I'm on Chicago Fire now.
Yes.
I made my way all the way through Chicago PD, and I'm up to date.
Yes. So now when new episodes come out, you have to care again.
I have to care again. But Chicago Fire came first, and then Chicago PD, and then the last one was Chicago Med. So I started with the PD one. Now I'm in Chicago Fire. Now I care. Like, I'm in it. I'm season 6. And I'm not halfway through.
Right. And you're realizing how many crossover episodes there were.
Yes. They do them frequently in that particular hemisphere of the Dick Wolf universe.
Yes. And then when they cross over with NYPD.
Yeah, they do.
Then it's like.
With like SVU. And
it's like, goddamn.
Mm-hmm. More than once. More than once. Olivia Benson has come out to Chicago, and Hank Voight has come over to New York, and yeah.
It's like 2 snakes eating their own tail. Or eating each other's tail. I don't know what that is.
But yeah, because I wondered why Esapatha
Murkison.
Yeah. Had such a small role on Chicago PD. She's got a huge role in Chicago Med.
Right.
But she shows up also on Chicago PD.
You're like, they spent all that money to have her walk in for 5 seconds.
Right. No, it's a big role, but then they all make side money, because they're all in each other's business like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Once you get one Dick Wolf check.
Seriously, if that man likes you, you're set, I think. Yeah. And if he doesn't like you, he'll kill him. Mm-hmm. Yep, that one died. Gone.
Right.
That one got fired. But it's entertaining as hell.
It is.
I'm learning more and more about the fire department.
The Chicago series, they are definitely more of the emotional bent, like more tear-jerky.
More character driven.
Yeah.
More moments of, more tear-jerky. Yeah, we mentioned that they and
the fact that you're a big sap helps.
I am.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not, but you're a bigger sap than me.
I am anyway. And God help me, but a lot of the rituals just get me every time. And of course the firemen have it too. Like when a firefighter dies and they all line up and they present arms and they do that salute, and oh my God.
You become a weepy little bitch.
Every time. Yeah, nobody ever wrote a song called Fuck the Fire Department. I just want to point that out.
It's true.
So,
It's
if
true.
you don't want to watch the PD one, there's these other ones, that you can watch the hospital one. You can watch the fire department one.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a song called Fuck the Fire Department, but it's a different context entirely.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not a song, it's a movie.
Right. I wanna.
That started as a calendar. Yes.
Right. I wish I could.
Right. 'Cause I did notice that there's beautiful casts and beautiful guest stars. And I'm like,
Yeah, if you go by the show, there are no unattractive people in Chicago.
right. Very few. And yeah, some of them are just like, wait a minute.
Right.
Right. Disturbingly attractive people.
Like even the least attractive people in the show are still like handsome.
Right. 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 Yeah, it's just like, dear God. But it's been fun, because the weather's been cold.
Exactly.
And, it's filled time. So I've got lots and lots to go.
Yes.
What is this about becoming?
Oh yeah, I put here stream Becoming again because Orange Fuckwit posted that horrible racist ass video of the Obamas.
Yep.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
So my response to that is to tell everyone, stream Becoming.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. Very hopeful, wonderful film about Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Winter Olympics, they're happening, right?
Yeah, the Winter Olympics are
happening.
Apparently the opening ceremony was very cool. Mariah Carey sang.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of queer athletes who are kicking ass and taking names.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't really watched them because you're stuck in Chicago and I'm busy
Yeah.
at work.
Right. Well, right. And it's just like,
I like the Olympics.
I do like sometimes like figure skating and ice dancing and things like that. I'm like, I like to watch that.
But they love to show curling.
Yeah, and I don't care.
Curling is not a sport. Curling is housework on ice.
Exactly. I can watch myself vacuum.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's no bad. It's just cold vacuuming.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
It's like you're sweeping after a Roomba. That's what that looks like to me.
Right? Teaching it how to, I don't know, do its job. It's weird.
Yeah,
to
not
me.
a fan.
Yeah. But some of it is fun.
Yeah, I love figure skating. I love ice dancing. I love speed skating. I love ski jumping.
Meh.
I love snowboarding.
Meh.
Bobsledding and the luge. Those are the things I like.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meh. I'm just meh. It's all sports ball to me. Most part. But no, I mean figure skating, if we knew when that was.
I think of the luge and it reminds me of that.
I've seen it, but I'm like,
it reminds me of that Robin Williams bit. It's like, that's like what crazy Austrian came up with that. It's like, I'll stick an ice skate up my ass and wear a skin tight onesie and go flying down the slalom. It's
basically.
It's like, how do you steer? They'll do kegels.
Yeah. Well.
And as far as I can tell, that's what that is.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't have a story. I'm not into it.
Yeah, I like the Olympics, but I only like the things that I like. So
it's competition, and it's just not
now
ever going to be my thing.
The big thing is apparently some white boy did a backflip, and everyone's losing their shit. Like that's the first time that any figure skater has ever done a backflip. Like Surya Bonali didn't do it like 30 goddamn years ago,
right? But
she was black, so no one cares. Yeah, when she did it, it immediately became disqualified because whenever a black athlete does some shit that everybody else can't do, they disqualify the shit.
Well, yeah.
So
no fair.
That was right.
No fair.
That was the big thing.
It's not fair. Mm-hmm. And we're the snowflake.
Right. And I saw the still shots, and his backflip wasn't even as fierce as hers, and she landed on one fucking foot. So anyway.
Wow.
Wearing fierce blue eyeshadow.
There you go. Him or her?
Shewa.
Okay, got it.
And then they gave her silver. I remember this. I watched this in real time. Yeah, she did that shit. And then they gave her silver, and they gave some bitch that she was better than the gold. And she stood there and she snatched her medal off her neck, and she just stood there while they booed her. And she was like, "What?"
Right.
I love that woman, and they did her so dirty.
Yeah, well,
So
shouldn't be surprised.
not, but yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of sports ball.
Oh yeah, the thing that happens before and after the concert.
Yes, that.
What's that called? It was the
Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the dish that's great or something.
This was Super Bowl 60.
Yes, Super Bowl 60. It was what was it? The Falcons and the Patriots,
Yeah, maybe.
and the Falcons won. Yeah.
Yes, I know that what the New England Patriots didn't.
Right, which was really all I cared about.
I didn't really know what the other team was.
It was the Falcons.
Okay, well, they won.
Yes. But Bad Bunny was the halftime show.
We did watch that.
Yes, and that was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
And I knew it was going to be.
Well done. A lot of storytelling, a lot of symbolism that you could follow.
Right. I love, and like they're still talking about it. It was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Wow.
it starts off in like the sugarcane field, and then come to find out that each of the bushes that made up the sugarcane
Was a person.
Was a person in a costume.
Yeah, they walked out and I guess sat or dropped the costume in place.
They just
They
stood.
brought a
yeah.
whole field.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And like that's fabulous for two things: one, aesthetically, and two, practically. Because it's a lot easier for 100 motherfuckers to just go out there and stand than for 100 people with 100 bushes to go out there, place it,
Carry
and
them
leave.
out, Right, exactly. I
then
thought that was brilliant. Right. And the more we heard, the more it was like, oh wow.
And it was like all like just little bits of Puerto Rican culture, like all up and through like the Piragua stand, and the nail salon, and the dudes climbing the electric poles, which was like commentary on FEMA's treatment of Puerto Rico,
Where places still don't have.
right?
Yeah.
Like it was fierce. And,
It was.
And fucking Cardi B was just like sprinkled in amongst the dancers, and
Found that out later.
and Ricky Martin performed.
Ricky Martin was there. Yeah, and Gaga.
Gaga performed.
By the way. Yeah. It was good. I broke them though.
Oh, it did.
It broke them. They had to have their own little sideshow because they were so upset
Sideshow indeed.
about it being in Spanish.
Yeah. So they had
That was part of why they were upset.
right, and they had what they called an all-American halftime.
He's
show.
American. Puerto Rico is part of America.
Exactly.
Which is what was, they don't like to be called stupid.
But yet. And what cracked me up is apparently the headliner of that other the what was it, Clanchella it's been called.
Yes, Clanchella. I like that so much better.
He basically lip synced his way through his performance.
I know, and then he got all upset when people said that he did.
And he had the nerve to say, I didn't lip sync. My performance was pre-recorded but performed live. That's what lip syncing is, you dipshit.
Right. That's lip syncing. Jerk off.
God.
Like, what do you think?
Damn it.
Talk about a distinction without a difference.
Right. And then like some other dude did some anti-trans song, but it was a white boy with a guitar, so shocker.
Wow. Folks have lost their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough, first of all, to do that.
Right.
To do that.
Someone said, them having a separate halftime show is really no different than when they wanted separate water fountains. And I'm like, find the line.
Yeah.
But what takes me out is they had such a huge the fallout from the Bad Bunny show is they're trying to investigate it. Like there's an investigation. Congressman calls for investigation into Bad Bunny halftime show over widespread twerking.
Yes.
Yes.
I heard that.
It just cracks me up. Children were forced to endure explicit displays of gay sexual acts, women gyrating
What?
provocatively, Bad Bunny shamelessly grabbing his crotch while dry humping the air.
Do you see how they can see pornography and everything? Just everything.
First of all,
It's like, I guess that you got to, if that's what you're looking for, I guess.
so
'Cause
there
what are
was...
you talking about gay sex? They think more about gay sex than any of the gay people I know having gay sex.
Thank you. There was a sequence where there was a bunch of women who were dancing, and there was a little bit of twerk action going on, but it was like, the Latin culture is very hip-centered. Sorry about it. I'm sorry that scares you, but when you come from a heritage where they had to put tablecloths on tables because motherfuckers was getting turned on by the table legs. Anyway, there was a moment where there were two guys who were dancing together. Mm-hmm. And I mean a moment.
Yeah, a moment. And what's wrong with that?
And I'm
That
hearing...
wasn't sex. That was dancing.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, oh, honey, that wasn't sex. It's like, tell me, what did I say? Tell me that you are like door closed, shades drawn, penis through the flap missionary without saying so.
Only with women.
Right, exactly.
We know you put the lights on with men.
Child.
Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy. They did their stupid little show that I had tens of fives of people, I think, watched.
Uh-huh.
There was, originally they were saying about 5 million as compared to the 135 million or so. That's all Bad Bunny.
Something like that.
Which sounds right. Yeah. It was good. It was well done. It was well done.
It was art.
It's pathetic that, they had to do this or wanted to do this at all. But, that's where we are.
Yeah. And basically it was like Bad Bunny's halftime show was for Latin folks as Kendrick's show last year was for black folks.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, it sounds right.
was
Symbolism and spectacle. Yeah, 135.4 million viewers for Bad Bunny. Well, I'm sure that number is bigger now because of people streaming after the fact.
Oh, this was a different number. Bad Bunny has 90.5 million Spotify listeners compared to Kid Rock's 5.3 million Spotify listeners.
Exactly. And they're trying to talk about how Bad Bunny's lyrics are profane. Like, first of all,
You know who has profane lyrics?
Kid Rock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, who has a whole song about underage girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a prerequisite.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They call it statutory. I call it mandatory.
Mandatory. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why Trump loves him so.
Yep. Yep.
Ciao.
Crazy shit.
Indeed.
Crazy shit. But anyway, yeah. So we watched the actual halftime show.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
Well done.
I agree.
This Turning Point bullshit was terrible. I will never see it, of course. So who knows?
And they couldn't even stream it as many places as they wanted because they forgot to ask permission for the licensing for the music.
I know. I saw
to put it on their own goddamn website.
You're going to have to go to YouTube. Yeah, because they didn't get permission.
Dumbasses.
I know.
Well, they didn't even have a lineup until like 3 weeks before and shit.
Right. It's crazy what they lose their minds over. And yet, pedophilia, meh.
Right.
School shootings, rape,
Right.
sexual assault, just,
Boys will be boys.
boys will be boys. And that's where we are.
Ciao.
So anyway, I couldn't tell you anything about the football game that was before and after that whole thing because I didn't watch it.
Or the tight pants running contest, I believe I called it last year.
Right, exactly. I mean, we watched it all the way through when it was like the Eagles and shit, but I don't.
Right.
But if it's not
Right.
the home team,
I don't think I knew who was playing until the night of.
I came out so I would never have to pretend again.
I know.
Never. You wanna stop a conversation about football quick? Because it's a thing that people do. Like, so how about them birds? Is that the one with the oddly shaped ball?
Right. And the big H, right? Yeah.
Stops them every time.
Is the H for like, hey, we're playing football, or like, what's that about?
I just don't care. I don't care. But yeah, so that happened. I think we got it all off our spirits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for now.
Okay. Let's get some podcast business out of the way, shall we?
Let's do that. If you haven't already, why don't you swing on by Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, YouTube, or wherever you enjoy our show, and leave us a review or a rating, or hit that subscribe button. 5 stars or more, please. Follow us on social at Full Circle the Pod on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, and Full Circle the Podcast on TikTok. You can follow Martha at Madrigal everywhere. Her writing can be found at iammarthamadrigal.wordpress.com. I am at Never Scared everywhere. If you have a story idea or some gossip, or just want to say hi and tell us we're doing a great job, drop us a line at askfullcirclepod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Explore our new web store and get your own piece of Full Circle the Podcast merchandise. Just go to our website, fullcirclethepod.com, and click Shop Our Merch. There's bound to be something to suit your style. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/fullcirclethepod. Starting at just the $3 a month tier, you get access to all of our episodes ad-free and before everyone else. And it only gets better from there. It's fun over at the Patreon. You can also check out our Discord channel, Full Circle the Podcast. Whew. Podcast business over.
Okay. Until next time.
Yes.
You've been listening to Full Circle,
The podcast.
I am Martha Madrigal.
And I am Charles Tyson Jr.
And thank you so much for listening.
Bye, everyone. Full Circle is a Never Scared Productions podcast, hosted by Charles Tyson Jr. and Martha Madrigal, produced and edited by Never Scared. Executive produced by Charles Tyson Jr. and Martha Madrigal. Our theme and music is by the Jingleberries. All names, pictures, music, audio, and video clips are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective copyright holders.